always feel that this screen should have sort of like a big dramatic Star Wars type music. Anyway, welcome guys. We're into part 3, or part 2 really, of this playthrough. Part 3 in essence, but part 2 of the gameplay sort of side of this one. Playing Gal Civ 4 yet again. I'll just get my sound up a little bit. I'll submit a review maybe later. I do love this game, actually. It's a game that I've really enjoyed the progression of the development of it. To be honest, it's one of these games where it's it's in full launch, of course, now, but it was really interesting to sort of see just particularly the big changes that have occurred with the tweaking of the game, and we're now into version 3.0, which is what we're sort of seeing in the bottom corner through here, which essentially has brought in a whole lot of more sort of quality of life type improvements to the game itself. Still little things. I found a couple of little bugs which I know have been reported back, and which is great. Hi Tenru, how are you going? I just want to point out that this particular stream is a sponsored stream, so thank you Stardock for that. But I will be continuing to play this probably about once a week after this particular one. I just know that I don't have much time for the rest of the week. I was going to try to separate this video from yesterday's video with a few days, but I'm not going to have really a lot of time to put anything else together this week. So I thought I'll do it right now, and that way at least that side of things is done, and then we've got it all set up ready to go for the extended play. And the reason I want to keep on playing this game is that doing these sort of plays, I never really get far enough into the actual mid and late game to show off that side of things. I do eventually, but it's sort of so that's why I want this to become like a regular series that we sort of have running on the channel over the course of the coming weeks and possibly months. Anyway, welcome guys, and we're just going to go across into continue where we left off yesterday, and then we'll sort of do a quick summary and just get our way into it, I guess. So we are about 50 turns in. So the game progresses pretty quickly, like once you sort of get it established. And in reality, like I do play these games very, very slowly to try to explain things. But if you are playing along, you can thump along with the game fairly. Like the pacing is fairly fast. So I always think, oh God, I never really get far enough into it when I do these sort of streams. But ultimately, I guess it's one of the big things with these streams is to try to make sure that people are. Like if they've got questions or anything, I do try to sort of be able to answer them. Hi, Scratch Scott, how are you going? So could we take a look at custom citizens later on? Depends on what it is. Sorry, and I was just thinking yesterday I didn't really get to answer your question because I just couldn't spend the extra time with that. And I'm in the same sort of category again today with this being a sponsored stream. And what are the settings of this game? Okay, well, look, I'll do a summary of what I've done. So we sort of start off at least with looking at that. So let me go back out, and I'll just go through the game setups that we've got for this particular game. So if we go into main menu and just move this one in. So for the game that we are currently playing, we are playing with these with this particular faction, which is the Mighty Forge Syndicate. So and this was generated through the custom civilization through here, where you can just sort of generate your own civilizations. And so part of that, if I just go back in and actually edit these, we can sort of talk a little bit about the setup. And so the way that this then works, when you actually generate a faction, you end up essentially where the alien GPT, which is sort of like essentially an AI, will then sort of, like once you sort of type in just keywords in through here, it will then sort of go and put together all the different bits and pieces of your civilization depending on what they actually have. So there's 3 tabs to this, the biology tab, the abilities tab, and then the fleets tab. The fleets tab is more just cosmetic. There's not really anything in here that will actually impact your gameplay, but the other 2 tabs definitely impact the gameplay. So with the abilities that we actually have in through here, the biggest things I find that actually impact what you do is these civilization abilities. And if you go and have a look at these, there's actually 40 of these that can be chosen, and you actually have a combination of 40 times the other 40. So they're the same list, but you end up with a double combination, which actually then gives you like 1,600 essentially different combinations in through there. Plus you then actually have the other abilities back in through this other side. But let's go back to biology, where we sort of look at the actual species. So the species that we have chosen are species that we generated called Dwarves. And so if we go back in and choose the species, a lot of the species that you'll find in the game are come with the actual major civilizations that the game has got. So it's got things like, for example, the Drengen or Drengen, depending on how you want to pronounce that, where it's got essentially like different abilities. And so every single one of the actual factions, like the Drath, which is reptilian, and so you'll sort of find that that the basic things with a civilization, or sorry, with a citizen group or a species, is that they'll have a type. And so in this case, they are reptilian. And so these prefer they get an approval boost on desert worlds. They're still carbon-based biology. And so they end up with also, like the reptilian aspect will also give them +1 resolve and +10% approval for the desert planets. So they end up with, so reptilians have that particular aspect. Most of the factions in the game are humanoids. And so the humanoids, if I hover over this one through here, end up with another +2 diligence. And so diligence, there's 4 different categories really: resolve, diligence, intelligence, and social. And so the different types will then have different bonuses here, but you can also then push and tweak the actual traits a little bit through this other side. So the Drengen here have been given, even though they've got like resolve, they've got +2 diligence, they've essentially got another +3 in their relative resolve, but -2 in their social. So they don't actually do social all that well. But to sort of combat that, what they've done when they've set this one up is the approval. They've actually got sort of like the approval that each citizen naturally starts with, which is then modified by other situational variables. So they've got like a high approval at 65. Relative expectations, back in through there, -15. So this is the modifier on the expectations. So they don't expect much. They're happy to live in servitude to the, I guess, their god emperor, whatever it might be. Pollution effects on approval, -1, and etc., etc. So there's sort of like this is the basic overall look of the actual group. So you can sort of tweak these to your heart's content. When we have a look at the portraits down through there, there's a whole list of different portraits that have been sort of added in for the Drengen back and through here. They're also been allocated the different advisors. These, you don't see these faces much, so don't worry about trying to make these into like important characters that you are using. But the 4 advisors we have: military, research, economic, and culture. Well, let's just have like they have a colour behind them, which is the easiest way to sort of pick which one is which. So the military will be red, blue for research, sort of greenish, like a greenish sort of colour there for economic, and then culture will be like a purpley colour. So you do tend to sort of see those in the game as well. So Boland's saying, when you select a big plus a special trait, do you have to balance it with negatives, or is it something that balances it like population growth? From what I can understand, this is completely open, so you can actually create like a wildly happy group if you're wanting to. So you can see in this example, they have got balance because they've actually got the actually they haven't got quite got the balance here. They've got the -2 social, but the +3. There's a +1 differential there, and then they have made this one a little bit more. I'll show you when we go in and edit one. Like if I go in, like there's also, I'll just quickly go through the rest of these. There's 3 different types. There's the ones that actually are played within the base, like the Drath, the Drengen, the Festron. These are sorts of, these are insectoids. Insectoids have another sort of like a basic thing. They do like jungle worlds, the insects, again, still carbon-based. So there's bonuses in through here, but then you do actually have other ones that have been added to the game, like, for example, the feline fatales. I think these are base game with what actually does go on. And you'll notice that these don't have any real bonus in through here with their citizens. The approval is only 50%, so they're not getting that extra bonus in their approval. So these are just humanoids. They get the +2 diligence, but that's really it with these. And so we had a look at space dwarves, which were here. So we sort of had a look at these guys, and then we changed it a little bit just to sort of try to get the what was going on. one's got pollution effect. I wonder if the others have got... Yeah, these haven't really been tweaked much at all. This is 50% approval. The space elves have got a slow growth rate, for example. So this is sort of some of these can be a lot more difficult to play as you sort of do play them. So there's no real balance in this. It's up to you when you design this. If I go back into what I did was I then copied them across to the and created a group called the Dwarves in through here, and all I really did there was just added one extra resolve and one extra diligence to their basic stats. The pollution effect on approval, I've got -33. Actually, what are the other dwarves? Space dwarves. Yeah, they're -25. So I must have. I can't remember what I did with that one. But if I go back into the space dwarves and if I go back and edit the ones that we're playing with, for example, so I've just used what they had. I can chop and change things. If I just go and edit this particular species, I can change the advisor ones. I've got the humanoid. I can actually change what type they are. So there's all these different types that have got different bonuses depending on what they do. Like, you know, there's a fair few different phenotypes, and so these are fairly major as well in the way things actually sort of do work. Your reptilian, artificial, in through there. These have got a completely different way of playing, and these have actually whatever the phenotype is that you've got here will then sort of dictate what the phenotype is of your factual civilization. Anyway, we're humanoids. Back through this other side, we don't get to choose the biological type. The biological type is a broader grouping. So if we do choose, if we choose the top one, the biological type is then chosen for us as well. And so when we come back through, you can sort of see through here the pollution effect. I think I tried to balance it a little bit by making it go backwards a little bit. So the base approval is 50%, but I can actually then go and change things into sort of like negatives or positives. And so you can see there, I can get this one up to 60%. I'm not sure how the Drengen managed to sort of change theirs. I think there may have been like a way of having like actual numbers you could pop into this one. Anyway, all I did was just added in one extra resolve and diligence, and that was pretty much it, with a negative there with pollution. So that was, if I go and click on that one, I can certainly sort of get rid of that one if I needed to, but I can sort of change that one if I wanted to go into there. I can also then just add different portraits back into the actual mix of the dwarven portraits that are then used for the citizens that are then created in the game itself. So anyway, that's the species that we're playing with, just a slightly tweaked dwarven species. I'll just go back out. Have a look at the space elves. I might just see what they're set up as. And if we just go and copy the species, we can sort of then start off with these. So the growth rate when I copy them across comes with 1, and they were at 0.5. So that was selected for them there, I think. And their approval, I think, was higher, but I'm not sure what. Was it 60%? Anyway, it does allow you to then sort of tweak what you end up getting through here. So it allows you to, and I don't know if this is base game or not. If you want to go back, yes, we do. And so with this, in this particular one, there's a lot of. I've only made one faction, which is the one we're playing with right now. But there is a DLC that allows you to add in. There's 12 more different sort of factions that have been added in with that one through there. There's heaps of them actually with what actually does go on into the actual game itself, like vampires, etc., things like that. So they consume more food per month, for example, in this case. So they've been sort of tweaked up into the way that the game has sort of tweaked them a little bit, just to make it more immersive, I guess, is the way you sort of think of that one. But there is, but you can unbalance this from what I can sort of see. So you can actually sort of set something up where you do get a little bit of an unbalance to what's actually going on. So we'll go and get back out of that one. So that's actually the species then dictate the phenotype, and then the phenotype also then dictate whether you're going to be carbon based or anything like that. So selecting the species, The AI will generate that for you. If you know, like depending on what description that you've put in there, it will actually make a suggestion for you for playing the game. But certainly there are, like, if you have a look at the choose species and have a look at each species, you will find some of them will have advantages, just the way that they've sort of been set up in the game. So yeah, always like if you, not always, but double check that if you are interested in seeing what the bonuses actually are with using different factions, because you can choose whichever faction you want to have as your citizen type. So you can sort of chop and change those quite readily. I don't know if you can go in and actually sort of edit the file. I'd be interested in having a look to see, like a lot of what GalCiv does and a lot of what StarDoc does is try to expose the workings of files to see if that can be chopped and changed. And I don't know where that actually is. I'd be interested in seeing that one, but just to see if you could actually go in and tweak those numbers, outside of the game. It's a possibility that would be the case, because I think that they use like JSON format of their files usually. So that would be sort of possibly how they've sort of set that one up, I would imagine. Anyway, we'll just go back out. I won't bother saving the civilization. It then continues on where you've got the a cultural focus, which is like a bonus you have for working your way through the game. It has a bearing in what gets unlocked at different times. So it's sort of like one of those things, and it's also a role play aspect of. So we're sort of using traditionalism as our cultural focus, but we haven't chosen anything from that one yet. We've been choosing the other ones around it. You can see there's a whole lot of them in the actual list through here that you can then sort of go and pick from. And we've been picking from both pacifism and nihilism so far in the game. So that's sort of what we've been doing as we've actually played it. But we do actually have a bonus for traditionalism because of the setup in through here. The personality is what the AI will do if it's controlling this faction. So this would be aggressive and greedy. It's essentially what we then end up having. The civilization name is going to be then again, this is all just sort of generated, so I won't worry too much about all of the rest of this. If I then go across to abilities, as I said before, the abilities in through here, the civilization abilities, engineers. So we have a negative 15% supply attrition to all of our worlds. Negative 15% supply attrition. Yeah, I'm not sure if that's a negative or a positive, to be honest. I don't know if we get a bonus of like where the attrition is a bit of a bonus. I should check that out actually when we're in the game. And we do actually have a few other techs that are then allowed because we've chosen engineers. So it's sort of changing our tech tree. So it's manipulating the tech tree. And we also have craftsmen as well, where we end up with extra trade routes with the craftsman side of things. So we'll be trying to sort of open up some trade routes fairly soon. If we can get we'll have to sort of. It's going to be a bit tricky because of the way we're playing the next part of the game, which is the actual is the area that we're playing. Like things are quite a distance away. We also chose miners, which also then does give us the miners area will actually then give us an ability to we get raw production with extra output from asteroid mining, but it will actually also then add some other things into the tech tree for us as well. The ships that we've actually chosen for our command ships are defensive warships, and I just left them there because the AI had chosen that for me, and so I've sort of left that one through there. We've got a terrestrial world back and through there. Sometimes you have to tweak that one and just choose what you think will be most applicable. I did override the AI what it had selected for the terrestrial world, and then the fleets. Of course, we just have the actual fleets in through there. So that's a very quick sort of setup on what we've got. I'll just go and choose them. For the actual setup of the galaxy, what we've done is we've got bright, we've got game pacing normal, research rate normal. I should actually probably have dropped that down to slow. My preference is to play on slow, but I've left it on normal in this case. We've got minor races occasional, hostile entities occasional as well, and civilization proximity is distant. So things are going to be sort of pushed away inside the actual sectors that they're in. The game will then show you as you change things what you really need to have, like your memory and your CPU cores. It's not it doesn't really have a big intensive aspect on what it actually does do with the game, so you can sort of get this one up quite a bit. The number of sectors will actually, and the galaxy size has a bit of probably the biggest bearing. So 32 gigabytes, 8 CPU cores there. We're just playing on a medium galaxy size. And this is more the sector size. We are also playing with the new setting here for clustered. So we've got the sector layout where we've got clustered, we've got normal, and then we've got uniform. Uniform is pretty much what the usual game was, where it was actually spread out just uniformly across the sectors. So, but they've now changed it to normal. Will then give you slight clustering, and then clustered will really separate. And that's what we've been playing in this particular run, where there's a long distance between where we are and pretty much where the other AIs and stuff actually are, where the other aliens have been set up. And we've actually come across one alien in the same sector that we're in, but they're a long, long way away. So, what that will sort of do is ultimately end up where we can build up quite strongly within our own sectors, and then sort of move out. And so we're going to be trying to push into no man's land between us and these sort of star frogs that we've come across. These sort of like these genocidal star frogs, I think is what they actually are. Hyperlane frequency, this is also new to the game. So the hyperlane frequency is, we've just got that on normal, where there are actually hyperlanes within the actual, within the sectors themselves, not just between sectors. These are the settings in through there. Uncommon star frequency, habitable planets will be occasional, extreme planets will be occasional, and resources occasional in through there. And that was pretty much it for the setups. So, and then we did actually choose. These were the setup we had. We had the Drengan Empire. We had the Zoloxi coming in as well, and also the Altarians. So we ended up with sort of like an evil, a good, and sort of like a well, I guess an exploitive one in through there. So these are base game factions, and I then chose 4 of the random ones, and one of the random ones we ended up getting was, which one was it? One of the other ones that I created on the fly, actually, which was these Sud-Soaked Savages. I used these as an example once, many months ago, actually, just sort of showing how the Alien GPT worked. I think it was when I was doing one of my DasTactic live streams, and so I just sort of showed this one. But these are what we're actually up against. We've got the abilities they've got as the exterminators, and that they're certain of things. They're also miners, so they're sort of, and they're also traditionalists. So they're similar to us in some ways, but they do actually have a fairly aggressive bent. And so as we close in on their territory, they will possibly become more aggressive as things sort of develop. So we'll be wanting to just make sure that that's actually all okay. So that's the setup that we ended up having. So that was one of the randoms that did actually come back through. I'll just go back out and continue. All right, so Scott's saying it would be nice to get a stream all about customs. Well, if you have a look at the very, very first one done about 4 days ago now, I think, I spent a lot of time going through all that. Like I spent most of the video actually just going through the setup, about what the setup does, how to test it and stuff like that. So if you have a look at that video, it's a fairly long video, but it really does talk about the componentry of the game. So rather than, I don't want to go over it too much in this one, because we really do want to get into the gameplay. Just read a few more of the comments in through here. So Morbid saying, hey Daz, have you found the hyperlanes? Yes we have. That's a hyperlane right from there up to there. So we've got hyperlanes that are sort of moving into essentially what will become the enemy territory. And we have another one that sort of is moving out into this other side. Now, I don't know if I can actually build anything at the back end of this to sort of open up my my own area. I mean, it would be cool to get an extension up, but I really can't move off. I think I can move ships into those areas, like constructor ships into those areas, and then move them back out along those lines, and then build sort of to try to get some sort of presence in this region. I'm really wanting to get over to here. So the hyperlanes that I've got are just, there's only the 3 in this particular sector, but the distances between where we are and where they are, there's a big distance in through here where there's a lot just going on. There's different nebulas and things that are sort of showing up in the middle of the map, but we're still a long way off being able to explore no man's land. And you can see our borders are now extending up into the middle of the map, or sort of the this is the range that we can then sort of view some of our ships. So I will be wanting to get some ships back into here just to sort of try to claim different territories. And yeah, it would be cool to actually be able to get something out there just to sort of extend our range of ships in this side. It's going to be interesting because that will be this one here, for example. There's not really any reason to actually be out here. There's an artifact there, but there's nothing much really at the back end of this other than just to extend our borders, and I wouldn't mind doing that. But I really want to get over here where we've got there's 2 lots of Durantium that I do want to get my hands on. So hi Supreme Plague, and saying I think I found out how the boarding works. It just gives you a chance to take over a ship or starbase after combat. It's not used as such during combat. Oh, okay. Seems like having an invasion ship in your fleet always takes over a starbase after a win, unless it's my game. Oh, okay. That's unusual. I don't remember seeing that one so much. Yep, so, yes, Scratch Scott saying, unfortunately, it was a really bad time for my time zone. Yeah, so if it's still there, still on YouTube, so you can still just part of the, if you have a look at my list of games, it'll be the first one just from about 4 days ago. You'll be able to, that's one of the reasons I'm streaming back to YouTube, is just so that there's a record of them if people are interested. All right, so we've got our prospector is these are operating automatically in space. This one can be upgraded, so we do actually have an upgrade here. I might as well just go through and look and see what we can then go and do. This is my actual main flagship, where I've got like a lot of hit points on this particular one. The attack here is, we do have a beam attack there of the +2 and then another +3. I do actually have an extension matrix. And it may be worth popping that one on this particular ship. We do actually have missile attacks as well. So I might even start to extend its abilities. I think I'll do that one. There's one that we picked up. I'll just do the upgrade. So that's the upgrade for that one there. It's going to then give us further range when we do go into combat. So we haven't really had a reason to go into combat yet. I'll just end the tab here. Sorry, end the turn. Here we go, we've finally featured on one of these. So immerse yourself in the vibrant tapestry of the galaxy as we reveal the top 5 civilizations boasting the most diverse and captivating cultural traits, offering a fascinating exploration of the unique customs and traditions. So we've come in there at 4th, and we have not seen the other faction in the we're not seeing the Sud-Soak guys listed in here either. So I'm not sure which ones they will be. Just go and close that one off. Situation report, so Giga Gratitude. So continued investigations into the ring welders have borne fruit. Whilst we do have a ring weld that we've settled. While surveying nearby anomalies, we've managed to pick up a signal leading to an ancient storage facility stocked with the resources that the ring welds called gigamass. The molecular signature of the gigamass appears to be the match that the material used to construct the ring welder's home. The material is unfathomably dense and can only be worked with ultra-specialised machinery. The implications of this discovery are immense. This is actually, this is essentially what we're going to be now able to start to do using, if you've got the Megastructures DLC, the Gigamass comes out of that one. And scientists believe that we can reverse engineer the technology necessary to collect Gigamass. It will require the consumption of several dead planets, but we can sacrifice a few barren worlds in the name of progress, so whatever it takes. And so this one starts another mission for us. The mission up here in the top left of the screen, which I'll have a quick look at. So start mission to research gigamass harvesting and harvesting dead planets. Now we do want to get through this one. I want to be exploiting enemy territory or further territory. That's another reason to try to get some sort of presence inside the actual area of the other faction. Research complete into space weapons. So we've just got that one as well. We'll choose a new tech. If there's anything, we've got this increases the ship movement speed as well. So this one gives me +1 move. Ship range goes out by +6, which is valuable to us. And deep space sensor. I think that one, even without looking at the others, we do actually have this one as well, where we have experimental weapons. But in essence, I think that the subspace streaming is the one that I really want to be going and picking up at this stage. I think when we get Gigamass Theory, I will actually now pick that when we do get that one back into the list of 50% off. But let's just go and grab that one through there. So we'll just go and click on Done. So hi Solvius, saying, hey Daz, I don't know how much feedback you're getting, but your way of showing and playing games is pretty thorough and easy to understand. Really enjoy them. Thanks for that. The summary introduction of GALCIV 4 I also found amazing. You explained everything pretty well. Regular GALCIV 4 play here. Thanks for the content. Hope GALCIV 4 gets more attention in the future. I do too, actually. I think it's a great, great game. I basically agree that the UI/warlords/ customization potential is amazing and hard to understand the criticism. I don't get it. Like you obviously you watched the first video, and yeah, I did spend a lot of time on that one. That's why I didn't want to do it as a sponsored stream, because I really just wanted to not be going through very fast, and it's tend to be the way I like to play the game. But no, thanks for I guess re-emphasising that's actually that you don't mind me taking those sorts of meandering approaches to the games. It's I always try to get some sort of balance with what people want and what I think needs to be sort of explained in games. So I do take my time a little bit. So Tenry is saying, I want a planetary overhaul. The tile system is just too outdated. I like it because it's a board game. At its heart, this is a board game. And I think if you approach it as a board game, it sort of starts to make sense. And that's why I don't mind the hexes. I don't mind the tiles at all. In fact, and also on the planets themselves, I do really quite like that as well. So this is the start of one of the hyperlanes that we actually have, which does take us right into the heart of their territory. If we get a presence out in here, and I'm thinking it's worth just putting something out that way, would actually work very, very well for us with the actual ships themselves. What do we got there? We've got a starbase there. We're getting supply ships at this point in time. I do actually have a frigate there, the Eclipse. I do have a constructor working out this way, and another constructor, which was sort of going to be a bit of a halfway point, but I can now go even further out. That one's there, another prospector. We're not finding anything really viable in terms of what we're building in this sort of area. So we can get out to this location halfway through this part of the space, which will then extend our borders out even further, our travel borders. And we're going to get another bit of a boost to it. I could almost reach that, you know. We're coming across now to check it out. We've got the probes don't get limited by what they do. They can go sort of any old place. Ultimately, the war is going to go through here. This system here is going to ultimately be the one we're going to have to protect fairly thoroughly with this new hyperlane that we've sort of got running through here. But we are going to, if they get a presence inside near our systems, that's going to be a problem. That's why I sort of do need to, I need to use both of these. There's only one Illyrium there. Yeah. Okay. So I don't have a great deal. I do actually have more. That's another prospector ship down there. Is this a probe? It'd have to be a probe there. Getting Illyrium back over this way. This one's on auto. What I think I might do is I might bring it up to sort of just start to see if we can find anything else of value up this way as well. This one does travel further than the others, than the constructor ships. If I bring a constructor ship to there, it can only come back home, and then I've just got to find a spot for it somewhere else out in here. But if I did that with one of them, it's a hard one to sort of try to think about how we sort of extend those borders for these constructor ships to be able to get to this system. But we need to sort of be able to do it really. And if I can get one ship out this way, maybe we do go back, and if I use both of these to help with what we're doing, if I go back into, this is the Stargate, I think I will bring them back and see if we can actually do something else from that particular area. So we're gonna actually, this one gives us plus 300% moves. Actually, no, we still have to have like we can't just move through. Actually, I'm pretty sure. I should check that. Sorry, I've just wasted a turn there. Did I do anything else in this turn? I don't. Oh, it's okay. I'll just leave it where it is. These are the missions that we have: recycling, shattered beacon, and then the retribution. So this is going to be the one about the gigamass. So we need to research gigamass harvesting, and then we harvest dead planets. So we will be wanting to do those as well. This one gives you a bit of a push along into what you're trying to do. We're trying to also find parts of a warship and then rebuild a big warship. So that's something we're trying to get in doing. And the Shattered Beacon, build a beacon reconstruction lab on one of your planets. So we've got that. These are different requirements that we actually have. We will eventually build that on Tech World, that particular one. So we're also trying to now specialize the planets a little bit as well as we sort of start to move through. Let's have a look at this event. So this is the Eclipse. One of our ships has done a survey report. Floating crystal of immense size and unknown origin, drifts in deep space, radiating an otherworldly glow that disrupts nearby sensors. So we can retrieve the artifact for this one through here, which a celestial star is secured. So researchers suggest it could be a fragment of a collapsed neutron star. If used with unknown energy, charge again for the celestial shard or harvest it. Now we end up with a lot in our treasury. We get 5 precursor nanites. Crystal shard. I don't think I'll know what that actually is. So a massive. This one gives me plus 500 influence. This one comes from the Tales of Arnold DLC. I think I might harvest it. Get the money and the precursor nanites. So we end up with. We're not seeing them in through there, but they. Yeah. So the nanites have come into the trade resources. The trade resources themselves have now been put into their own little drop-down tab, rather than getting too many of them across the top. These are our basic building resources, and then the trade resources used to extend out across there as well, but it became overwhelming, and so they're sort of trying to clean up different aspects of the UI. Okay, so. So Scratch is saying, could you tweak the AI personalities of the Borg so that they are like mine? Look, it's again. I don't want to get. I want to stay in this game now. Sorry about this. I'm asking for questions, but I'm also trying to keep the pacing going. Fortunately, it was a really bad time. Okay, so I just started a game with clustered stars and got very little clusters. Yeah, it depends also on this galaxy size. So if you I showed that also. If you look at that very first video, you'll see how to cheat and actually check and see what you're going to be getting. So yeah, I strongly suggest you look at that. The first video is sort of addressing nearly everything you're asking to a degree, because it went into a lot of detail about all of those different aspects of the setups, etc. Brian's been saying, do you celebrate Father's Day in Australia? If so, happy Father's Day. It's Father's Day in the US. Oh, thanks for that. But no, Father's Day for us was, I forget when it was actually. It's not this time of the year. It's a different time of the year. But yeah, we do celebrate it, but not right now. I think we celebrate the same one as the UK. I think. So it was Boland saying Stellaris just had X slots on a planet. I don't remember any deep interactions between them though. I'm not sure what that is. Sorry. The adjacency bonuses are quite a good way to structure that. Yeah, I agree. Yeah, yep, I agree about the adjacency. It allows you to really use gameplay to tweak what you're sort of getting in the actual game itself. Anyway, let's continue on. We've got another event, the Abyssal Crown. So we've got another artifact. This is coming from another ship. So a vast floating ring, structured drifts in the void. Its core a swirling vortex of nothingness that consumes nearby light. So we've got this one through here. So the Abyssal Crown is moved into containment. Researchers warn that prolonged exposure to its gravitational effects may have unknown consequences, and we're going to charge for the artifact, the Abyssal Crown. If we have a look at this one, on a ring of swirling darkness said to bend entire civilizations to its cryptic warlike design. We end up with +5 soldering, +1 pollution for 8 months. And this is also coming from the Tale of Arnold DLC. We can harvest its exotic materials, and again we can get more treasury. I think I'll just keep on harvesting these because at this stage, it's the building up of things that we want. We've now got a very, very healthy bank balance, which is good. Do I want to do anything else with these ships? Probably not really. I might just have a quick look at what we're building. So we are building supply ships. We have a constructor up in there next. I might grab another one of the constructors. And at some point we're going to need to get more of the modules. We don't really have any real modules there. So we'll go that way. We've got supply ships going off to try to build up Tech World. Tech World is also building its own supply ship, but I could rush these a little bit, but I think I'll keep the money for other things until we sort of really need it. Let's just go to the next turn. Here we go. Here we go. So this is a first of our battles. Now, the battle system in the game, we'll talk a lot more detail about this one. There's a quick battle in behind where my head is there. It is an auto battler, and so one of the sort of flying, like one of the bug fleets, I guess, you know, the sort of like they're sort of, I guess they're sort of like large creatures that are in space are going to be attacking this particular starbase, the Raskol 1 starbase. So Raskol is one of our planets, and this starbase is a mining starbase that we've got established. And so I did actually set up, I think I put in a defensive ring on this one because of these creatures that were flying nearby. And so one of these has now come back through, just an asp has come back through. These are like a small fighter-sized creature that's flying through, but there's a much bigger one. We'll just watch the battle. It is an auto battler. I'll talk more about it when we actually do more structured battles, about how we can then sort of go and do different things. So we just keep on firing at it. We're going to get... I won't even bother with really sort of going through this one in too much detail. Trying to hit this guy, and we got it before it could really do anything. So yeah, we didn't take any damage. That was just total victory. That's fine. We'll just go and click on done. And so the big mother load of them is in here. This is quite strong, this particular fleet. So these are going to be difficult to take down. If they decide to come and attack that starbase, then that's going to be a problem. The starbase, let's just have a quick look at it and see what it does actually have. If we go into manage. Yep, so we've got installed modules, we've got the mining starbase, we've got the mining drones, and we do actually have the starbase defense system. So we've got that one there, which does add like a lot of shield strength. It gives us better influence growth, and then we've got the different attacks as well. So I've put that one in there in the last session just to sort of get those ones coming through. We also have advanced defenses, but this is going to be too much to bother putting in another one of those just yet. So I'm just going to click on done. Hopefully that will be enough to stall whatever that one's going to be doing. We're going to need to ultimately put together a fleet to take that one out. So we'll start to sort of design those up as we get a bit stronger. It's still fairly early in the game. Hi Mr. Jazz, how you going? Scratch Cot is saying, do you think that more or less planets is easier? I think is what you're saying there. It depends really on who you're up against, and I tend to like I like having enough to be able to specialize. Like we've got a good number in here. I quite like this number that we've got, but much more than that becomes a bit of a micromanagement aspect, and I don't particularly enjoy having to manage heaps and heaps of planets. Whereas and if you play with them everywhere, it just means that there's you end up with just a tug of war across the galaxy. Whereas I find it's much more strategic to have probably less, but you need to have enough so that people can expand in meaningful ways. And so we've certainly been able to do that in our cluster. So we didn't actually share our cluster with anyone else, but it's sort of back over here. They haven't really expanded across to here. This is why this is actually currently a bit of a bonus for us to be able to do things. I'm going to go and use this this one here just to sort of see what we can find, and then we'll go across. Probably use that to we've already looked at this. I need to get into there. This is very important for me to try to secure that if I can. So I'll just go and grab this one. It's just one over. And then it sort of catches up there. So then I'll just move it off. Oops, I've missed that one a little bit. Let's move it back in there. Next turn. Okay, that's going to be fine. Got an event again. Situation report, the museum. A museum is open, displaying about your life. They would like to know, blah, blah, blah. I learn of nothing. This is, that's going to be +3 culture points, and collectivism goes up. Progressivism goes up to 10, or this one here is nihilism, increases to 7. I think we might go I think we might just go with progressivism because we've already got, looks like we're already heading along the progressivism trait with culture. So I'll just go into that one there through there. The cultural progression, still don't have enough points to do anything. We've got 27, and we do need to, so we don't have anything we can spend in that particular location just yet. So actually, Spring Flag is saying I wouldn't mind a Galciv 5 at some point where they had ground combat and training spies like the Imperium Galactica 2, just better. Yeah, spies. I'm actually happy it's not in the game. To be honest, I don't really like it's like priests and things. Like it's most games don't do that well. It ends up just becoming micromanagement hell for me. I actually don't enjoy it. But yeah, I know that a lot of people do like those. I like the way that spies are done, for example, in Distant Worlds. But yeah, it's sort of not something that. I mean, I guess if it was done in an abstracted way, it would be okay. But yeah, when you've got to start moving units around, for me, it just becomes a bit too much. So yeah, I don't know. I'd be on the fence about spies personally. Let's just go advance to the next turn. Still 2 months away with subspace streaming, which will then open up. This border will then extend out further, and that should hopefully get us part the way through to where we want to go. Just let that one continue on its way through this side. So we've seen everything in around this Illyrium. I do want to find something that's going to help me. To then push this border out. I need one of these to make it into this system here to set up a base. So that's the hope, the big hope. Advance to the next one. Move that one across. Yep, so Brian saying, my understanding is that the update allowed for more options for a single galaxy rather than playing with several. Is it still worthwhile to play with multiple galaxies and regions? Oh, absolutely, we are. We're playing with multiple in here. We've got a binary, I think, binary system. It might even be 3 of them. So yes, we are playing. There's so much scope with what you do. So we're playing with clusters, playing on a relatively large size for the actual sectors themselves, which is probably too large, to be honest, because this gap is, we're now trying to solve, getting across this gap as quickly as we can to try to get there before they do anything. So the space that we're actually looking at in this game is actually, there's a lot of empty space, which we haven't had before in the game, sorry, because I'm playing with the clusters on and also with a large galaxy, but we are also playing with sectors on as well. So we don't have that many stars. We just have lots and lots of space, which will make it interesting. We should see this border come larger. Nope, we've still got a couple of months remaining. We go and change a few of these things. So there's more coming through this other side. This is one of our prospectors. I don't really want to go up against this one if I can help it. Which one was it? Selecting. Idle ship. Cancel that one. That should be one of our probes. Oh, it's this one here. This probe here is the one that we aren't really looking at. So I'll just move this one up. Oh, God, I keep on moving out past the areas. I will actually just go and have a look. I'm just skipping little areas. Now there's 2 antimatters there. That's worth picking up with one of them, but then we're not going to have the range like with these guys. I can actually go and pick one of those up, but it won't extend the range out enough to pick this up, so I need to find something else. But having 2 of those is actually very, very cool. So we will actually get another constructor out into here to start to build up in this area of space. Got an event. So this is one of our other survey ships. Your flagship captain reports the discovery of a lost cargo container. So this one here is going to have the energy infuser. When installed on a ship, the energy infuser enhances the vessel's energy weapons, so we get +2 beam attack. That's actually pretty good, and we could sell it also for 400, but I'll keep that one for upgrades, and we'll start to build like a super ship if we can. Let's keep on moving through. Scratch Scott's saying also, do you think that the xenophobic ability is a little bit too powerful? It reduces your diplomacy and influence heavily, but gives traditionalism, culture, awareness, and huge research boost. I think it's just try to balance it out, to be honest, with the so that at least if you do choose that one, it's. I think that those sorts of traits are there to make it so that you end up with enemies that are going to be enemies. Is the way I sort of see those sorts of aspects of the game, if that makes sense. Actually, we'll now go back this way. We've got another one, which is this one here. So we are right here. This one here doesn't have any, so only got dead planets. I would like to, I want to just test how to go through the star lanes. If I go through this way, no, it didn't work. All right, I'm going to go back. Or did it work? We've got 9 there. Yeah, no, it didn't work. I'll go back and see if I can actually enter the Stargate. I want to just find out how to actually make use of them. I'm guessing that they're going to be the same as the sector gates. Now, this constructor, got 1 more month remaining. We want to see, I want to get sort of part way across. There we go, that border just extended. Subspace streaming. Choose new tech. And so we're going to waste one of our bases here just to sort of try to get to those durantiums. Got mining missions, 2 months remaining on that one. So that one would be a nice quick one. This is Gigamass Theory. It's the one that we wanted to get. And so I'm thinking I'm going to go that way. That way it's going to take a fair bit of time to get it, but that will then allow us to go and start the Gigamass aspect of harvesting Gigamass and then building the big structures. So click on done there. That's going to slow us down a fair bit with what we're doing. So they're both moving up. Yeah, that's going to be nice and sort of central with what they do. Now, there's something else in there. It could be a nebula, just by the look of the of what's actually happening with that sort of folding around space there. Yeah, we'll continue on. And then we've got the prospector. That one should be auto surveying. This one here is protected, the ship graveyard. It's lightly defended, but I won't go for that one with this ship. This ship is not strong enough. Yes, we are sort of finding, things further and further away from our sector, which is good. Idle ship. Don't know how these hyperlanes are working. So we've still got 5 there, or maybe it just has to be on the actual, like along this line. Look, I'll leave it for now. I'm not sure how we make use of that. Because it's supposed to go at 300% speed. Nothing on that in that area there. So if I go and choose to go down this way, it's not going on the hyperlane. It's not actually choosing to go there. If I just move it back onto the actual line itself, and then I'll try to sort of move on down. It does say that there's a Stargate there. So I'm not sure how that one's actually working. What I might do is have a quick look at the tech tree. And the tech navigator, and just see what that one actually was. That was under logistics, I think. No, it wasn't. Science. This one gives us hyperlane travel. Proves our sensors, allows us to detect subspace streams, but I'm not sure how we use the hyperlane travel actually at this stage. So I haven't actually tried that one yet. The other ones, you just enter the gate and away you go. The subspace streams, but the hyperlane, I'm not sure about that one. Not sure how that one actually does work. We'll try to figure it out as we play, I guess. Because that would be useful. Another supply ship from our home world, and I think Tech World is the one that we are wanting to. Tech World we're going to get fairly soon. In 16 turns, but we will actually have other ships coming in. Like our actual output here is quite low at 6.4. So getting supply ships across. The existing one that we've got 2 that we're trying to build. This beacon as well. So we'll just keep on pushing to pump this out of here. So we'll just go and keep on moving the supply ships across into Tech World. Okay, that'll do us. End our turn there. That there is the other probe. Just keep on sort of just randomly searching, I think. Okay, another event coming from the Eclipse, one of our ships. So your flagship captain reports the discovery of a mysterious cargo container floating in the void. Upon inspection, it contains an advanced pollution remover module of unknown origin. It filters out the pollutants in the atmosphere. The deciphered writing is from a container, indicates that it's too expensive and is being returned. This device could be a valuable asset. So we can store this one in through here, and we'll just see what it does do. It's only minus 10%, but it's still not bad, actually. That's not bad at all. Sell out for the money. I'm going to keep that one. That will then go into my artifacts, into the vault. So we have the atmospheric cleanser there, which we will, like when we sort of, we'll go a bit deeper into the game before we start to make use of that, because Al-Karab is likely to end up being a planet that we use a lot for doing different things. We don't actually have, the pollution here won't be that much just yet. If I go and have a look, the pollution's 15% there at the moment. It's not dramatic. Cragstone Prime, our home world, has got pollution there of 32, actually. That's fairly high. That is fairly high. Got a recruiting station there, so we are building up. Our citizens, yeah, we've got 2 more, we're getting heaps and heaps of citizens in through here. I should start to make use of those around the place. We've got 2 more in the build queue there. I might just rush that. That's going to get me up to 14. And I can keep on just popping these into this location here, actually. I might just do another one. It's going to give me another big boost in there as well. So 9 for that queue. We've got the starport down that way. I will go and just get more manufacturing districts in around the place as well, just so we can get that one up and running. And then we do actually have a capital mainframe in through here, which is a civilization achievement. I can destroy it and then put it down into the other planet if I wanted to. I'll leave it there for now, and we'll see what we have to do. I don't mind having a bit of a presence for research in around these sorts of worlds. If that one's actually okay, we'll just go and click on done. So that's the yeah. So they're the ones. Maybe we do use that one on that planet right now, because that one is the pollution is up there. Didn't work, I don't think. Left click. There we are. That just removes the that's going to get our pollution down a little bit, and this will become another one of the worlds that we do want to be getting as much production from here as we possibly can as well. Like there's a lot of production that we need to be doing from that world. Just go across, advance to the next turn. And that should be. It's not working for whatever reason. I'm not able to enter the into these lanes. I don't understand it. It's a bit of an unknown one. Okay, we'll just go back to the event. So Alcab 1. So Dafkai, the governor of Alcab 1, has been falsely accusing the Sudsy raiders of all the issues in their on their world. From crime to disease, their rhetoric has begun to galvanise the anger on the world in a way that that may be beneficial in the short term but dangerous in diplomatic relations. It's now come to a crossroads where the Sudsy raiders expect you to denounce the hate speech, but this will likely to turn the anger against us. So we can support the governor. So we end up with extra loyalty, and I do want the extra loyalty. We do end up with -2 relations with the Sudsy raiders for 50 months. It doesn't matter. They're so far away. And totalitarian has increased just to 7. I want the loyalty of Dafkai, so I'm going to go and do that. So that is Dafkai is one of the governors of Alcab 1, this one here. So he's very highly respected and loyal. That's going to be helpful. Click on done. All right. It's the prospector. This is our first ship. So your flagship discovers an enemy monolith. So gain a 10% of the research needed for the current research center project. Yeah, okay, we get plus 10% research needed. That's actually good because we're doing a long. The gigamass theory is one that would actually be a good one for us to shave some time off, which we shaved a lot of time off, which is good. So that one works a lot. That was gone from 13 months down to 7 months. So that was the perfect application there of that particular one. Now there's one there. There's Illyrium there, which is close to the edge. And I think if I go and get that Illyrium now, if I extend that one across, that's going to be that will be helpful. Did that get there? That didn't get there in one turn, did it? It seemed to actually just skip ahead, didn't it? With what it did. Yeah, it didn't. It's slow moving here. We'll try to watch that next turn. Okay, so this is actually now Money World. So Money World is where we're ultimately going to be. We've got 5 citizens we can actually build in here. We've got some sort of Zoloxy criminals that are actually working on the world as well. But in this case, recreational, we're still 75% approval, which is good. Crime is at 11%. So building other things at this point in time. I do want to get the numbers up. That will give me another +2. That will take me to 7. If once that one's built in 15, I'll allow that to happen. And so we'll slowly build this world. This is a big world, and so we're going to be able to do a lot with this world eventually. But initially, I want to sort of start to try to make use of the money that comes out of this world. And so this is going to be definitely a world that we sort of do a lot with in the future. Demo Day, another one of our ships. Survey report. Your flagship captain reports the discovery of a mysterious cargo container floating in space. Upon inspection, what do we have? This is a weapon, the mass driver module. We can sell it for only 100. Look, I'll throw that one into the mix as well. Actually, this has now gone out to 11 months, so we didn't save that much. We saved a little bit in one turn. There's a ship graveyard there. along with bombers and stuff. So we have to be careful of this. Yeah, so these are the precursor sentinels back in through there. So we've just come across them. And that there is a minor world. So this is our first independent world that we've come across. Yeah, they've got fighters in through there. We haven't started building up a fleet at all yet. So this one here, what I can do... Oh, gee, that's looking good, interesting as well. And that's good. We end up... Oh, here we go. We've got our prospector, which has actually got... So this one here is... has got a combat rating of 5. This one's got an 8. It says that we should get through this one without any problems, I think, because of what's happening there. We'll just watch the battle. I'll maybe talk about this one here, so I'll just go and pause this. I'll pause the battle and just go through how combat works. So this is actually one where one of our survey ships has is moving across. Now, the game is designed to be played with large fleets, which is why they use this sort of combat. I'm just going to grab a drink of water, and then we'll go through and do a bit of a deep dive. It's easier to do a deep dive with 1 versus 1, and then and then once we do a bigger battle, we can then sort of discuss how things are sort of then combining. I'll be back in one tick. Now, I know work has been done on this, but I don't know if the problem that I've had with this will be sort of the way it sort of does work. But if we have a look at the various interfaces, we've got on our left-hand side, we've got the Mighty Forge Syndicate, which is what we are. On the right-hand side, they've got the Space Monsters, which is this ASP coming back in through this other side. I can turn on different things. This is the battle power is 17 for this particular ship. The battle power is 0 of 38. I don't know why it's 0 of 38, but anyway, 38 was the battle power it had there. So I'm not sure why it's showing that there. That's interesting. As we come back through, we've got the... I'll click on each of these, show the battle log. The battle log will then display what happens turn by turn in the actual combat itself. So that's the battle log in through there. Again, I can just either have it hidden or shown. I'll keep it shown so we can go through it. My problem with this auto battler is the visuals that we see look great, but they don't correspond to the what's happening in the battle log. So we see things that can be a fair few phases out in terms of what we're seeing on the screen, as opposed to what's being shown in through here. We then got the actual ships themselves. What this will then do is actually give us the list of ships, and we can then start to see what's going on with the actual ships themselves. And so if I go and click on these ships, we can then sort of see the hold shift to look at the tooltip. I can just press shift and then sort of start to have a bit of a look to see what it's actually got. This will then tell us what its targets are. Now at this stage it's only going to be targeting the prospector. The targeting is important in terms of, this is one of the strategic things that you can do, or tactical things that you can do when you're setting up aspects of the game. And so you end up with a, for example, with the Warlords DLC, one of the big things it brings in is what's called doctrines, where you can change the attack orders of the way that the ship's behaving in this auto combat. So rather than controlling individual ships, you essentially are scripting classes of ships into how they then attack. You can see there the maximum weapon range for this one is 2,000 for the against that particular one, which essentially is short range. If we have a look at our ship over through here, you'll see that this is it's targeting the ASP. It does actually have, in this case, we've got a beam attack. The beam attack, I thought it was 5,000 was the actual maximum weapon range. They may have changed that down. I know that they've tweaked a lot of the numbers, but this one now has got like a 5,000, whatever the range limits actually are, with the beam attack. We've got 10 hit points back in through there. What else do we have? We have an armor rating of 1, a shield strength of 1, and a beam attack of 5. There's ship again is going to have the, so its combat rating is higher. It's got a kinetic attack of 3.5 and very high evasion. So it's going to be hard to hit. So So that's going to be the sort of the factor that it's actually going through. Now the kinetic attacks, like the railgun type attacks, and this is like a spitting attack that this one has got, is the shortest range of the attacks. Missile is longer again, so we end up with long range missile attacks. But then there's a cooldown between the different attacks that do come through. So this ship will then be coming, it'll be closing the gap and then firing, it'll get to fire before this one gets to fire. So we've then got the show the ship HUDs back and through this other side. This will then just give us the health that we sort of see through that one. That one's still full health, isn't it? Oh no, it's actually, this one, the reason this one's going to lose is that it's got 0 of 3 hit points. So it's already been damaged somewhere else. Not sure where or how this one is, this is actually happening, but for some reason, this one is not, like its hit points are, like it might be like 0.1 hit point. Just any sort of attack is going to kill this thing off, pretty much. So we've got the ships, I'll just leave the ships there. We've got the ship HUDs, I'll just hide those as well at this stage. The HUD itself, I can hide that completely and then just sort of show it again. So if you're wanting to record it for whatever reason, you can sort of do it that way. We can restart the battle. This is just for our playthrough. So play the battle, resolve the battle. This is the adjust the playback speed. So you can sort of go fast or down to quarter speed. So you go from quarter up to, what was it, 10 times speed? Yeah, 10 times speed in through there. I'll play it at single speed and we'll just go through it. The camera mode, you've got free camera mode, which just means that you can sort of use your own WASD keys to do things. You can sort of zoom in. I think you can sort of grab the middle mouse button and sort of change angles, etc. Whatever you want to be doing in free mode. If I go into top down, it's then going to keep everything sort of in the frame. I can also go to cinematic mode, which will then sort of follow one of the ships. You can see there's a ship down through here. This can be a little bit hard to see what's going on, but to be honest, really this display is purely for effect. So it's I don't think that they've actually got things tweaked, but I might even keep it on cinematic mode. Got battlefield mode where we can see sort of like the whole battlefield in like a cinematic type way, and then follow in individual ships. I don't know if we can sort of tweak that to follow the actual ships themselves. Actually, we can click on the ships in through here. So as soon as I start to move things around, it then goes into free mode. I'll just zoom that one across, and I'm not seeing where the other enemy actually is. Anyway, let's just go back down to cinematic. We'll just play with cinematic mode, but I can click on these ships to then bring them up to sort of show what's going on. So if I click on the ships themselves, in fact, if I go to top down and click on the ships themselves, I can then sort of, I can see this one through here. The smallest combatant essentially is, this is the doctrine that I was talking about. So it just goes up, this particular ship goes after the smallest combatants first, and it's targeting the ASP-62 back and through there. So we get a list of what's actually going on. Let's just unpause now and sort of see what does happen. That one's been blown up. So for whatever reason, it was already dead, but nothing fired at it. There's nothing in here. I'm confused as to what happened there. No idea what happened. It's we dealt 3 damage for some reason. It may be that this prospector ship has got a special ability. That may be it. I've got a funny feeling that I didn't actually upgrade this one much. Just go and click on done. Well, anyway, it's whatever happened, it did it. So I've got no idea with that one. This is the one that we're looking at through here. It's just gone up another level. So we're up to 12 there. We can get this one here where we end up with getting the hit points go up by 20% and the with another +4. That's 3 Gerantium. It's not worth it on that ship. The crew quarters in through here. We've got the 20% hit points, command bridge, +1 move, or the communications get the sensor range even higher. At the moment, the sensor range is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So if I go with the, it's going to make it certainly be able to see a lot more. I might go that way. I think we'll do that upgrade there. That we will see more. So we're seeing other ships just floating around. There's a lot of there'll be a nest in here somewhere that we have to find and destroy ultimately. So Boland's saying there's also a design philosophy in Gal Civ, makes the AI and the players on an even footing as possible. So the micro is not there because humans are much better at it than even great AI, like in Dominions. Yes, Dominions is I guess the epitome of games that rely on auto battlers. Like, it's probably the best of the best. This is interesting, actually, getting those two there. I'll be wanting to secure a few of these, but it looks like we're going to be able to pick up. We sort of left it here, but this one, there is actually another, we're picking up one of the antimatters from here, which is great. If I just go one more this way, I still pick up both. So we're going to get both Illyrium, which is good for beam weapons, and antimatter, which is good for missile weapons. So that will then sort of complete pretty much our picture of what we end up having up this way. So if we just go across and construct a starbase, this will be a mining starbase. There we go. That's our Illyrium mine. First, antimatter. And around the black hole. And first Illyrium mine as well. Well, this is a good find here. So this one extends our range right out, which is great. And we've only got one more module left, so we'll pop that one in. I might go back and build some more modules, actually. Yeah, I might just leave it there. That's going to give me. There is actually another one over there which we're not seeing just yet. That's going to extend out our range. Oh, very, very close. Very close. Not quite where it needs to be, but it's we are super close there. So all we need to do is extend the range slightly, and we should then be able to pick that one up. We may still be able to get it just on the edge. I don't think so, though. We'll see what happens. Let's go back to our homeworld, because that's got our best production at this stage. And I will pick up some modules. I'll just grab them like that. So I'll go and build two of them ultimately. Now, 10 months remaining there. This ship is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we're going to have 6 turns to try to extend the range of this starbase if we can. So we're so close now to getting in there. Once we take this one, we're going to then be able to really start to sort of move into this territory. This will then give us striking distance into the Sudsoak Savages back in through here, the Frog faction, which is controlling all of this area. Okay, the Prospector just needs to go back in and keep doing its surveys. And we've got another supply ship, which has now come from Al-Karab 1. I should have a look to see what my planets are actually generating. Manufacturing district coming in 1 at Al-Karab. Cragstone is the agricultural. Money World is the agricultural district as well. Tech World is really going to be where we want to put these ships at this point in time. So let's just go across back to Tech World and keep on seeding that with production materials. So the supply ships are really what they're going to be doing there. Got another supply ship coming. I'll keep that coming because that's going to allow me to really build up my planets very, very quickly. It says we should assign a leader to govern Raskol 1, but I'm happy enough not to do that. This one here has got very, very poor pollution, and it's a bombarded planet. So I think I'll actually leave it. There is harmony crystals there though, and we don't actually have them. God, it's tempting actually. It is tempting to make that into a core world. That pollution's going to be a problem though. You know, I think I'll do it just because of the harmony crystals. Let's go and go back to our leaders. Who can we get? This one here is pretty much good across the board except for intelligence. and is also very, very loyal. Excluded from a family inheritance and terribly bitter about it. Okay. This one's going to go in 6. This one carries around an enigmatic shadowless artifact, so +1 tech, +4 influence, and -5 growth when assigned as a governor. It's not bad, actually. Faithful. So not very good at research. Doesn't have the sort of bonuses in through here. This one here will give good bonuses to building up a planet. Oh, do we go with that one? It's too good. There's some good stuff there with both of these, really. You know, I think I'll actually go with her. I think it's a her. I can afford them because I've got so much money in here. This guy here is actually fairly good across the board. We don't have. Do we have any more command ships? No, we don't yet. Got all of our command ships in there. Factions aren't really kicking in just yet. Diplomats, we don't have anyone involved. I can sort of drag them in to become the diplomat in through there if we wanted to. No real reason to do it though. Or Soul. I think I might actually. I like what this one brings. This one's 7/7 as well, with good intelligence. This is not too bad. Yeah, I'm sort of tempted to bring him across actually, just to keep him in the list. Mainly for him to be a captain. I think I might just do it. It's not. We don't pay upkeep costs. No, we'll get him eventually anyway. This one as well. I'm liking what I'm seeing here. What does he have? Authoritarian. Increase awareness of totalitarianism. He gives +3 control per month. We've got very, very good control. Like we're getting heaps. Aspiring scientist, +2 tech and -4 loyalty when appointed as a governor. But again, he'd be a good ship captain. If we just grab him, we end up getting even more control. Which, 341. He's got, that's low there, but this will then, sort of zip right up, I think. With what we can then go and do. Look, I've got so much money, I might just do it anyway, because again, he will be useful. And so that's now gone up to +6, so we've got heaps of it. Just go and click on done. We should almost have the ability now to go and get another one of these. 9 more months remaining for that one there. Pressure scientists, so we can do putting pressure on our scientists. So this one here, control cost of 30, will result in an immediate +50 research. Let's go and do that one. There's no other negatives with that one. It's going to just help a little bit with that. Because we've got so much control, we might as well spend it when we can. We can draft colonists whenever we want to, but the approval does go down for 10. It's only 2%. I might do that as well and pick up some of these other barren planets. So I think we'll actually go and grab that as well. We also have print money, but the approval goes down too much. Emergency speed. There is actually orders fleet to go beyond their maximum rated speed, so we get +2 moves. Hit points go down, but the ship range goes up by +20. Actually, we'll do that when we get close to getting the Durantium, so that will be useful. And then we have the modules, actually. That's so use your vast power. So we can actually use, for 250 credits, and again, we're floating in credits, we can get 5 modules. I think I'll do that one. That means we don't have to do that back on the homeworld. So we just remove those. Yeah, I'll keep on just building. I'll just keep on using that to build up our modules. That way we can make use of the control that we're getting, because we're getting heaps of control because of those guys, which makes makes it much easier for us to then make use of those abilities. That's another one that we do want to be getting our hands on. All right, we'll end our turn there. So there's nothing in this part of space. I might see if I can find any ships heading out this way. Not that it's going to help us much, but I just hope that I can sort of get hold of these things before the enemy does. This probe. If they're going to be flying, they're going to be flying from here. So let's just move across and then just see if we can sort of intercept or just at least see what's going on. And that's the other probe. I'm going to put this one back on auto just to see what else it can find. So just auto explore. Okay, actually this is the Sunset Savages are one of the top 5 wealthy nations. We don't appear on that list. Interesting. So that's these guys here. So their economy is expanding, but I want these 2 Durantium. I definitely want that. And we're seeing the antimatter there as well. And, okay, there's lots and lots of stuff out this way. I don't know if they'll be attacking this particular ship. This is the same prospector that actually took on the previous one. The one's got 3. We can't do much with it at this stage. Just start to move our way back through and just see if there's anything coming, because they were building some constructors. Situation report, year 5. Okay, so it's been nearly 5 years since we left our star system to explore the galaxy. We're no longer vulnerable to a planet-wide extinction event, and we have brought our life to new worlds. A celebration is held on each of our worlds. It is a time for our people, so everyone enjoys the festivities. That's fine. So we end up with plus 10 culture points and plus 20% approval to all units for 10 months, which is nice. That means that we should then be able to go back to our cultural progression. So we do actually have 2 that we can grab from pacifism and 2 from nihilism. We'll have a quick look and see what we can actually unlock. Traditionalism is actually where we should be starting to sort of move through. Yes, in terms of our species. Our species is already pretty good with that, but egalitarianism. We get 3 free colony ships with that one. Yeah, we're sort of, it's not really helping much, I guess. I mean, it will eventually. I'm sort of liking the pacifism has been pretty good to us. We picked up the constructor ships there. This one, we get minus 10% global crime. And supports the support ship, the Goodwill. Starbase range increases by +1. That would actually be pretty good. Nihilism. So we've already got this one here, where we've got the 3 free supply ships. Unlocks crime wave executive order. We don't really want that one. Realism. Add incentives will value your trades by 50% more. That's actually pretty good. It is pretty damn good, actually. This is Iron Fist, where we get more control. Control is not important to us. Individualism. This one spawns the ship the Independence. 15% decrease to supply attrition from colonies. That's actually good. That's actually good. That one's going to cost 38 as well. I think we'll go back to nihilism. We haven't done this actually. No, we can do that one later on. Progressivism. This is Eureka. Temporary approval boost after discovering new tech. We get plus 30 research. That's going to help us get what we need. Innovation. Yeah, some of these would actually be helpful just in terms of getting our tech along. Pacifism. Yeah, again. It's a hard one to choose, really. I think the individualism. We'll get the independence. So we'll go that way. We've only got 9 points left at this stage. We'll just go and click on done. Situation report. So incoming message from the Zoloxy. Now, I don't know where they are. So we've come across them somewhere. So an ironclad Grimstone, ruler of the mighty Forge Syndicate, we share a foundation forged from the depths of stone and ore, driven by a relentless hunger for power. So we've come across them somewhere. We love working with criminals. We are reasonable and open to new deals, opens trade, all your claims are irrelevant to us. So, reasonable and open. Well, we are happy to work with them. We've got Zoloxy on our worlds. So I'm not sure where they've come from, though. I've only got 127 credits. You can see sort of what they've got on offer. They won't trade railguns. They don't have subspace streaming. Oh no, they've got the they're not going to take this, are they? You can see there's a number there. Unfortunately, this is also one where the colours are so similar. It'd be good if we could change the colours here as well. Yeah, it's 50-50 now. Wow. Yeah, it would be nice to be able to tweak the colours that are used for the different factions. I'll just... so if we did all of that, they would accept every single tech that we've got for just one of their techs, which of course we don't want to be doing. They've got 27 ships. We sort of see what they've actually got, like they've got different supply ships, etc. They also get to choose. Actually, they've probably actually been able to. They can grab pirate ships. So yeah, we'll leave that one. We'll just reject. And just click on done. We won't do anything there. Goodbye. Can we change that? Be good to be able to change the colour of what they've got. And we don't know where we're seeing the Zoloxy ships. It could be that there's a pirate ship that's actually that somehow been activated and they've sort of seen what's going on somewhere. If we have a bit of a look for other ships that are outside of our territory. They're all our ships. Yeah, we're not seeing the colours there. Not seeing much else. Obvious. That's it there. That's it. So that's the pirate ship, pirate fleet there. Oh, these are Zoloxy actually. So these are Zoloxy ships. So that's interesting. Where are they? Where have they established themselves? I think that they've just taken over like a pirate fleet in our sector, and they don't actually have, because they can't have a presence here because we've been to every single planet. So it's not as if they've got like a hidden area in here. I think that they've just got a group of ships that are just floating around. Okay, we're going to have to be a bit careful of these. Frigates, bombers, fighters. Yeah, 2 bombers, a fighter, and a frigate in that particular fleet. So there will be a pirate base in here somewhere, I think. Then they get to control the pirates. That's one of their that's their secret weapon. The independence back in through here. has got a nothing much in through there as such. I'll just go and do survey with that one as well, so we can just go off and help with the surveys. And our turn there. There they go again. So and again, there's been some damage. It may be that when they come in, we end up with a shot at these from distance. Well, that's certainly something that can happen. So it must be the beam weapon, because we can use the beam weapon as a as things close in. I think that must be what we're seeing through here. I'll just go and watch the battle. And again, we'll just go back in. There we go. So at 4,000 kilometers, it then has a shot. It does get some shots in as well. So it did actually, it did get one of its shots in, but we did actually manage to destroy it. It does have, again, high evasion, so that's all good. That's been destroyed. Now that's a probe of the Sud-soaked savages, just moving around. Just checking out what's happening in this region of space. And that prospector, we'll just go and tell it to go and keep on auto sort of checking out the artifact. Yep, so we've got smallish ones still moving in through here. There must be another zone in here that maybe in here that we just haven't seen yet, where these are spawning from. The supply ship. Not from there, must be from here. Nope, where is it? There. From Money World. Now Money World is going to have to possibly build up as well. Growing the food. It's quite happy now. I'll still send it down to the other world. We need to start building up a military fairly soon. So the Eclipse survey report. So your flagship captain reports discovery of mysterious cargo container. What do we end up getting? The planetary culture module. This one here is going to give us, when applied, finds previously undiscovered points of interest on a planet, resulting in increased cultural significance for that world. So +3 cultural input, and I think I'll make use of this one. Again, money is no longer really a major concern for us. I'll just go back and apply that to the home world. I'll grab that one. Event. So this is a demo day, which is another one of our ships. So Retribution, this is actually one of the missions that we had. This appears to be a scrapyard of damaged and useless ship parts assembled by aliens long ago. So it's power core of the damaged ship we found. This is the second one that we found. Progress made on the Retribution mission. So won't worry about those aspects. So the demo day, not sure where it actually is. It's the Independence. That's it there. So it's actually just been sort of searching for things. It's now found the second part. Oh, actually, this one can actually now upgrade. This one, we've got a Delirium cell. Sure, I'll go with the Delirium cell here just to boost the beam attack. So that will just give me a higher total attack there with the beams. And so the Retribution is this one here. So we now have 2 of the 3 parts to then pick up that warship. So we'll eventually find the other. That one there, we've also got the... again, I'd love to know how these subspace systems work, because I'm not able to actually go onto them. I'll have to experiment with that somehow, sort of try to figure out what's actually going on. Okay, Scratchcut's saying, can you change the doctrines of ships that spawn and are not built? Yeah, I think so. I haven't played with that for a while, actually. I think we can. Or maybe not. That's its doctrine there. Its doctrine is, it's using the frigate doctrine. Maybe we can't do that, actually. Maybe we can't. So I thought we could. Maybe a tech that allows us to do that, where we can sort of change things. But it's usually with the build. It's usually when we're building, we have to then go and choose the doctrine at that point as to how we're going to then sort of we design the doctrine up. Let's go back across with another supply ship from TechWorld itself. Go and add that one in. Now that means we've now built the. We've got the technological capital has now been constructed. Each supply ship adds in 100 stored goods, and so this one here is going to require construction costs of 200. So we're going to get this one very, very quickly, which would be great. And so, and this will then boost our research ultimately to fairly high numbers. And so we'll then start to sort of make this into a technological master, like an amazing spot for technology. We're not seeing exactly what's on the other side. We should start to get a few more constructors fairly soon as well. But these supply ships will really help accelerate what we can then go and do. Now, TechWorld, do we have anything else that's been unlocked? We do have the Orbital Research Lab. This one here will give us technology of +1. It's 1 Durantium. We've got 7 Durantium at the moment, so we're picking up good Durantium. The recruiting station, we don't need that here. Climate control, that's going to bring farming up a little bit. Colonization gives me growth. Atmospheric cleanser is going to give me negative 20% pollution. That's actually worth getting on a few of the worlds. And then planetary beacon through here as well is going to give me generates influence for the planet, which we don't need as well. You can see Durantium is used for most of these. But I think the Orbital Research Lab, we've only got one spot here. I think that would be the better one to get here. So we've got +29 at the moment. Go and grab that one. Build. So we go up to 31. That's going to then boost the actual world itself. And if we then go back to our home world, pollution there is at 22%. So we have 3 slots in here. Let's go into the atmospheric cleanser. That will then get our pollution right down to 1%. That does then make Rascal as well. It's only got 1 slot there, but this one here, the pollution is at 39%. So let's go and use that that atmospheric cleanser there. Oh, that's still a no. That's a core world. That is a core world, isn't it? Oh no, it's still not. Didn't I change that? I didn't. Yeah, okay. Well, we need to do that with Rascal. I think that was going to be the one that we used there, just to get that sort of bonus in there. All right, so that's now done. That's now a core world. So Rascal now is going to be sort of operating from here. So in this case, what we'll do is we'll put the atmospheric cleanser on here, and build that as well. We may need it here as well. Pollution is 18%. It's sort of getting up there. Money World is 12%. Ruined Ring World is only 11%. That's actually okay. I think everything else is sort of working fairly well in there. So need to go back into here now and start to build this one up. So we do have silicates in through here. This is this exotic material is useful in constructing powerful research data banks. So we do actually have some, like she's poor at research. That's the trouble here. We get +1 tech, but minus 10% research when appointed as a governor there. This is the harmony crystals. We do need to go and add one of these in. So we want to put this one in fairly central. I think there's another harmony crystal project there. We can build the extractors there. And that's going to be helpful just to get the harmony crystals as a trade resource. So I'm thinking there, we don't have anything that's going to boost the actual population of the planet at this stage. So you do have housing. That will boost the others. Food will also boost it by 2. So food would actually be better off for us than the housing. We've got 4 there. If we ended up with housing, there's wealth there. I'll go and throw that one together. 20 turns for that one. Actually, the cost is only 488. I won't do it because we're sort of now back down to a smallish number there. But I'm thinking that the food will give us base effect is +1, and the adjacency bonus per level is 10% itself. It gives an adjacency bonus is +2 level to population. This one here is only a +1 level to all. To everything around it. That's interesting. But if we want to get the population up, we want to get the food in here, I think. So I'll just do that. Click on done. Okay, that's good. The border's almost contiguous, so it's almost sort of touching now. That one's now connected, but these will eventually connect as the influence increases, which is a good thing. Here we go, we've got another constructor. Now, this constructor, I've got 1 gerantium there. So there's more antimatter over here to be had. I think we'll actually move that one across. Avoid these if we can. That's the big group. It's just still just floating around in this part of space. I'm going to have to avoid that one. This only moves at 2. We'll just watch this area. If it gets too close to this one here, this prospector ship, still got 5 months remaining, so it could hone in on us. This one's only got a 3. We should be fine there. So what I think is happening here is that as it's coming into attack, our ship is actually firing its beam weapon in space. We can actually fire the beam weapon. So beam volley up to 2 tiles away. So I could make use of it, but I'll just let it do its thing. So it's that's actually a good change actually, because I haven't seen it in the game before, where it actually will do that cleverly, but we don't want it happening here. This fleet here is a much bigger problem. Trade offer. So what are you offering? So we give economic development. We offer 1 module and subspace streaming. They give us planetary mobilization. This is better. Open borders and evasive tactics. We get evasive tactics as well. This is good stuff. So we get, yeah, definitely accept that. Done. So they're saying this is acceptable, and then we're saying your offer is as solid as the ores we mine. Let's strike while the iron's hot. This is actually now what the Alien GPT does. It sort of adds in these different, a whole bank of responses. So it actually sort of goes through and actually works out all these different sort of in-character responses. These will become a problem for us eventually. Yeah. So that one, like, they're both going to become issues. With what we end up doing. Yeah, this one now we're really close. This is good. This is very good. So we should now be able to pick that one up without having to do anything special. I could use that just to push this one till we end up making sure that we capture this, which would be good. We haven't seen anything in here yet. Might see what's over this way. I'm not seeing any transport ships. We're still a long way off with this. The MFS Prospector Survey Report. Your flagship arrives at the strange artifact. So harvest the, so we get +1 antimatter. That's good. Here we go again. So again, we didn't actually fire at this one. We just watched the battle. So the beam weapons are firing, but it's not sort of showing things in through here. We're missing. Oh, there we go. We destroyed it. It did fire at us. But we're actually all okay. So let's just click on done there. Now this one here, we've got one more coming in. We'll just use the beam weapon. That's down to 2. So we just weaken that one slightly. And go back to survey. Oh, it's got to start again. I think we're going to have to run away from there. Tanda's final log. All right, reclaim the Titan. So this is the Tanda's Hollow Record flickers to life mid-static, and I'm not sure where this one actually is. This is actually one of the other missions that we had. Yet, even among the Arnor rivalries confessed. So this is, I think, the ring. Is this the ring world? So use the beacon's power. Oh, this is the beacon. We made the beacon on that world. So use the beacon's power to summon and take control of the Dreadlord Titan, all dismantled for research. We end up with +500 research. Wow, it's massive. Break down the summoning artifact for valuable scientific insights, providing a massive research boost. I think we've got to reclaim it, surely. The Dreadlord Titan. It sounds too good to not use, doesn't it? Really, I think we'll grab that. I don't know where we get that one. Do we get that at the home world? That's another supply ship coming in. Where do we get it back at our home? This one here. Here it is. So this is, wow. Okay, well, this is a bit of a game changer. We've got ourselves a dreadnought. So what happened there was we had a mission up through here. We've got the Retribution, which we're 2 of 3 off getting that ship. We were also trying to get the Gigamass, the Gigamass harvesting done. We had another one as well where we had like a special mission to build a beacon to then sort of from the Arnor. We found an ancient artifact which sort of then sort of gave us this particular beacon. It seems a bit overkill. Like that's a massive ship that's going to be able to do all sorts of damage. I think we now send that one down to clear out anything that's sort of actually happening there. So what we've got with the tech world is as we come back through, if I just go back into it, we had to build this beacon. So this is the beacon reconstruction lab. So facility dedicated to carefully restoring and analysing the shattered beacon fragments. So we just finished that one off by using our supply ships. So the supply ships will add in like lots and lots of the stored stored goods. So we then use these every turn to build whatever we want to build on the planet, which is great. So that's sort of what's happening in through there. So we've built that one, which then shot off the beacon. We could either then make it into research or grab that particular ship. That ship is an absolute game changer in terms of power. Like nothing's going to be able to really crush this one at this early stage. And so this ship here has got, if we sort of have a look to see what it actually is, it's a dreadnought. If I hover over the dreadnought, we can then see the doctrine for this one. And so its ability that it's got by being a dreadnought is it's got plus 10% shield strength. Its operation ability is precision, and its targeting priority is the largest combatants. That's what it's going to try to target at all times. What have we got? We've got 12 moves, so it moves very, very well. It's got no upgrades yet, so as it upgrades, we will then be able to put upgrades on it. 8 XP to next level. Okay, that's not that far off, so we'll get it out there of fighting. This is the logistics. It takes up 18 logistics slots, so it's bigger than any fleet we can field. So we can't actually put other ships with it. We need to improve our logistics to get that one sort of thumping along. Then we've got the ships. It's just one ship. This is the conquest rating is only 3, so it's not good for taking over planets. The 12 moves, as we saw there, heaps of hull, like a huge hull support of +4, so 304 hull in there. Total defense, the shielding is, and I'll talk about this when we get to it, we've got +5 evasion, armor rating of 49, and a shield strength of only 4. So the shield strength is low. Then we've got the total attack there. The beam attack is not, it doesn't do that much there, but the kinetic attack is very, very high. So the +40 kinetic attack, which then gives us like a total combat rating when we combine the attack ability along with the research ability, the defense ability. We end up with a combat rating of 15, which is pretty good. So if we then start to move that one across, what we can then go and do is unfortunately we don't have a massive beam attack. That's the one thing I would love to get, because we can't use the we can use the beam volley in space, but we can't use the kinetic one. So we're sort of forced to just make the best of it. Let's just move this one across, and we'll move it down. This one here has got a rating of 16 with a health there of 78. So we'll be needing to try to use other beam attacks before we really take this one on. But we should be able to sort of do different things with it. It's just we don't have anything with a very, very strong beam attack just yet. Let's just end this one. And again, we're coming in with this damage unit. We'll just do a quick battle. Now this one's moving across as well. There it is. That's the nest. It's now building another asp. Well, this one's only got a rating of like the known attack in through there. It's only got 100 hit points and no defenses. So we have now, it was in that location. This is why these things, they're protecting their nest. That one can be upgraded. This is the Watcher. What have you got? This one looks like it's only got a kinetic attack as well, yeah. So we don't have anything we can fire off in space. Duranium Forge is going to give me a +2 kinetic attack. I think I'm going to go, the Watcher, I'm just going to keep on going with the communications terminal and just get even more area around that we can then go and see. This one, I'm not liking the idea of using this to take this out. I think it's going to be too much. These, now we're not going to be able to take this anomaly. This one's still, it's now idling. I'm going to send it off because it's just too weak. So I'm no longer seeing that one there. Okay, so we'll just move off and then we'll just tell it to auto survey. That's dangerous for that one. The ship graveyard is lightly defended. Actually, you can take that defense out using the other ship. Do we want to go down this way? There's an Ascension Crystal there. Let's move down this way, then we'll sort of manually use it. So the biographer is interviewing you, so you can write a book about your rise to power. Pacifism increases to 6, progressivism increases to 13. Actually, that's not too bad. And then I seek new worlds to conquer. Totalitarian increases to 11. I'll go progressivism, just because we're already sort of heading in that direction. The Watcher, encountered with robotic star drones. So this is actually, we can store this one in through here. What's that one going to do? This one here spawns a Corvette class ship. So in the drone, you can analyze its advanced technology and integrate it into your fleet. That's actually not bad as well. We can sell this one for 100, but let's go and grab that one and begin, because we're now losing money a little bit, but I'm not unhappy about that. We're still going to be okay ultimately. We can start to analyze why, but I won't do that just yet. I'll just sort of keep on thumping along. So with what we have here, we've got the just go back into the artifacts. So we'll spawn a drone, another ship. I'll just spawn it in around here somewhere because I am interested in what this one can do. So a corvette is essentially a frigate, and this one does have a beam attack, and so we can see what this one's got. This one's got a beam attack of 3 and a kinetic attack of 3 as well. It does actually have armor rating of 3, evasion of 5, and 1 shield strength. This one's got 9 that it can then go and do. So let's just go and use the beam attack against that particular unit. And we'll try to weaken this one before the Dreadnought arrives. So even though it's only got a logistics of 2, I can't add it to the Dreadnought. The Dreadnought's too big for the fleets. Got a starbase, the mining starbase, picking up an artifact there, as well as Durantium. Again, we'll just keep on floating around in this part of space. Here we go, we've got Gigamass already, so that's good. So we can now unlock the Giga Obelisk, so one-of-a-kind research center. Can only be built on a volcano, so must be built on volcanic, I guess a volcano planet. So I don't know if we can build that one. We've got the synthetic orbital habitat, so massive orbital modules designed to house synthetic populations off-world. We don't have any of those. We've got the Gigamass supplies, so the strategic integration of Gigamass allows us to accelerate our shipyard production twofold for a full year. So, and then we've got the precursor relic lab, so increases bonuses from relics. All right, that's what it does unlock. But we'll start to sort of head down. We'll just choose new tech. This one does lead to Gigamass harvesting, which is what we want. We want a planet harvester to go around and start to pick up the dead planets. Now we've got interstellar cartography. We end up with +1 moves there, which would be useful. Improved life support gives me ship range of +4 and logistics of +8, which then allows me to add in the ships around that one. I think we might grab that one. We've got the armor defense as well. Let's just go this way. We haven't built any ships ourselves just yet. So we'll go that with the improved life support. Just go and click on done. And go back to the core worlds. So this one here is Tech World. Has now sort of built everything around it. It's now up to 10 research here, which is good. Up to 34 there. It's costing us a bit with our monthly income. These will have a bit of a drain, I would imagine, some of these. Yeah, maintenance of 1 there. Just have to be careful with what we do. I think I'll actually just pop in even more of these research areas in around it. So we'll just get all of those established before we do too much else, just to really get the research up and running. Survey report here. Okay, the debris field also includes the remains of a precursor ship. Our ship's chief engineer says he thinks he can use the precursor wreck to discover new tech, but only if we give him the proceeds from the metal. So we end up getting, collectivism goes up by 1, we get 300 in the treasury, give the engineer the credits. So when you unlock a random tech, that's got to be worthwhile for us. So let's go and do that way. And what tech did we end up getting? Not sure. Not seeing it there. Do we see it? Tech Navigator. those. Just go back up to engineering and start there. Would have been nice to have gotten that one. It would be good. Nothing new there. Science, maybe it comes at the end of the turn. Actually, there may be this one here. Oh no, we unlocked that one a long time ago. That one's we got a while ago as well. Weaponry. Yeah, we haven't really started in through here. Defense. We haven't really sort of kicked on in there either. Logistics. Yeah, we had a look at that one just before, and then governance. Well, I'm not seeing anything new. So, that was it. I think we got this one before as well. So I don't think there's anything we're seeing there. Maybe it comes afterwards. Whoa. Now that's what we don't want to have happen. That's our prospector ship. So, okay, things are now becoming a bit dangerous. We better have a look at this because there's going to be a base there. That's going to be that's the Balagar shipyard. So this is pirates that are now operating from this region. We've just been able to avoid this from them. What have we got down through there? Precursor anomaly, heavily defended. So we don't want it to be doing that one. Spring flag saying doesn't tell, but you should get lucky and get one of the last techs in a tree. Oh wow, like the biggest laser weapon. That would be pretty damn cool. So it should then show the unlock, shouldn't it? Like we're not getting any information about it, which is I sort of would have hoped it would have given us information. Monthly news. I should have checked this. Should have checked that before I did this one here. It should have told us in there. All right, we'll leave that one back. We might have another quick look and see if we can see it there. If anything is unlocked, who knows? We could end up with something really quite cool. That one there, harnessing the unknown for okay, so we get against ammonia-based life forms. So this is not really all that useful to us. We do get this is under so this is the second one in experimental. That's what it must have been. Must have been this one here. Yeah, that would make sense, I think. Yep. So yep. So that's what it was. So not great. Not really what we would be wanting. Anyway, let's just continue on. Right. So we've got the. What are we doing here? So this is actually a group of ships that have got 17 hit points. They do have a missile attack range of they've got plus 15 with the various Molotov attacks that they've got. This is a prospector which is currently moving. And I do actually have missile volleys in through here. We do actually have a beam attack of 6 and a missile attack of 15. We do have some defences. To attack that one there, you can see there the battle prediction is no casualties for us, and for them it's going to be a total loss. Now, this has also been improved. It used to be a little bit inaccurate, and so you didn't quite know. I might just do a quick save. Is that F5? No. Control S. Yep, so we just do a quick save there. I'll just experiment with this one, and maybe we'll actually talk about this one being, so we can see what does go on. Now, before I go in, I do get a chance to have like one attack. The closer I am in here, the more I can then go and do. So if I do a beam volley on this particular group, oops, hang on, beam volley left click. So we've done minimal damage there. We also have the missile volley. We did remove one of their ships. So one of their small ships is now gone. These are just a whole lot of small bombers. And the bomber doctrine will be to go after the bigger ships. And let's just see what happens if we now go and attack this one here. So it says no casualties for us. We're down to 70 hit points anyway because they've been attacking us as well. So the battle prediction here is for a total loss. If I just go and open this one up. And we'll just pause this one. And you can see there right from the very, very start, we've got various attacks going in. And and we can sort of see that as I sort of bring this one through, there's different phases. So phase 0 is we actually have, now this particular ship, we did extend its range. So it's got like a longer range for the for its actual weaponry. And so it did fire at one of the Molotovs, which is one of these guys down in through here, using the beam weapon. And so it actually got through and did 3, I think that's the, what's that one there? That's the cooldown. 3 cooldown through there. The missiles have got a 5 cooldown. So as we sort of zoom through these particular areas, you'll see that everything else is fired missiles all the way through, except for that very, very top one. Just go back up the top again. Yep. This phase 0. So what we end up having through here is we've got so one of the ships has been destroyed straight away. But but not from like our prospector then fired 9 missiles at the or 9 damage, like 9 damage potential at the things. It's this is the accuracy, so 90% accuracy with the beam. The beam actually didn't, the range was 43. Actually, it did destroy that one. It's not showing me the damage. It should show me the damage here. Evaded, absorbed, and mitigated. It didn't actually, like in this one here, I think it just went straight through with the 5 damage. So the base was 6, potential was 6. But I think it's sort of been rolling a 5, so it's been destroyed, that one. And then this one also was targeting the same one, and so it actually was overkill. There's nothing for it to do. It then fired back at me. So the Molotov 37 has actually then gone through, and it's with one of its missile attacks, which is all it really has. So one attack actually was targeted. The first thing it did was actually got absorbed into the shield, so there was no damage that was done through there. The next 2 missiles that were fired from 2 other different Molotovs, if I sort of, I won't zoom in, actually I'll just leave that in top-down mode. I'll put it into cinematic, and we'll just sort of watch it in the cinematic glory. So there was 2 misses. Then there was another one where this Molotov actually hit me for another 1 point of damage. And it then was, this one here is the mitigated. So it sort of gets, we've got one that's the evasion. We have the absorption with the shields, I think, and mitigated, I think, is the armor. And so we end up with 1 coming in. This is the armor integrity of 95%, maximum armor of 1. So armor helps mitigate incoming damage. When a ship is fired upon, its armor rating is rolled against the attack. If the armor rating roll is higher, it mitigates the damage. After every armor roll, the armor rating is reduced by 5% of its original armor value for the battle. So it went from 100% to 95% with that one through there. Now this one here, the shield integrity is now 0. We have a maximum of 1 shield on the actual ship. So the first attack will be, it'll try to evade initially, but then it will try to use the shields. So shield absorption, incoming damage. When a ship's shields absorb damage, that amount is lost from the shield strength for the entire battle. A ship will not take damage to its hit points until its shield strength has been used up. And so in this case, we're actually still, we're still no problem at all. If I just go and grab the actual ship itself, so we can then sort of see, we can have a look to see what its hit points are. We've got heaps of hit points. We've now got, it's not showing us what's up to date there, but the shield strength was 1. It's now basically going to be 0. Evasion we've still got a chance to evade, but only at 5, and then we've got the armor ratings coming back in through there of 1. So we don't have very much armor. Their ships, if we have a look at what theirs have got, they don't have anything at all. So they've got no defenses. They should be able to. They've got a doctrine of Giant Slayer. So these are good against large and huge hull ships, which is ours is not. Ours is just a frigate, or if it's a flagship, but it's not a large ship. So even though it's got like a lot of stuff going in with it, let's just unpause. So we're not seeing it because of this one. I'll just go to top down again. So the missiles are sort of coming in. Now this is where the game actually sort of doesn't really catch up with itself. We'll see the next, this is still all phase 0. So if I just scroll into there, phase 0, this was the opening salvo. And so we don't see anything else coming in through there. There was no other real damage. They're now firing again at phase 1, or no, phase 5 it'll be. This one should be firing at phase 3. So we'll see what happens here. Phase 4, actually 0. Then we've got the we've got 2 beam attack in through there, which did 2 damage to one of the ships, to Molotov 26. But we see how we're sort of out of sync, and this has actually always been the case with this. Whereas it's where the actual display we're seeing is like phase 7, even though it's only the log is only showing us like phase 4. So it sort of gets misleading watching this. And so we've now taken another one out. We've taken more damage. So as we sort of have a bit of a look through, we did 2 damage in through there. So this is now ahead of what we're seeing down the bottom here. I'll just let it go forward a little bit. And we're now seeing, this is phase 8, where the Prospector has fired again with its actually, sorry, this is the one in through here. So we've then got, we then fire again at Molotov 26, with this time with the missile attack. And they also fire at us. We had we've got 90% integrity, we've got 85% integrity, so we did actually manage to roll and protect the ship there. We then actually, it then missed with one of its shots coming back in, and it's now firing at 1,910. So when these are all fired off, missed with one, but then one of them got through, and so in this case the 80%, it didn't actually manage to roll properly to protect it. And so in that case, we do actually then sort of end up with that one missing. At this point, we then are firing at Molotov 37, which is going to be one of those two, I think. 37 may already be out. Yeah, that one's already been destroyed. And so, again, this log file becomes a bit annoying because you don't really get to see it. What I might do is hide the battle log, and we'll just watch what actually happens here with just at the ship itself. So we lost one more hit point with the Prospector. We're sort of seeing it back over through here. So we've destroyed that one, hitting them with beam attacks again, and we should destroy that one as well. We're down to 68, so that's all that really happened there. 2 damage taken, that was good. Pirates have been sort of damaged fairly heavily with what went on. They do actually have this base, which has got a combat route. It's got no defences. It's only got 50 hit points, but it does have a total attack power of 9. And we're not sort of seeing exactly what that is. It says 7 there. There we go. We've got 3 beam attacks, 3 missile, and 3 kinetics. So that's the different combat rating that it actually has. So we could take that whole shipyard out, that pirate shipyard out, even just with this ship here. Where is that? Yeah, it's a long way out from where we are. So maybe we use this one. This one will heal up slowly over time, but we've just got another level up in through here. So I can go in, I've got the antimatter warhead. This is going to give me +2 missile attacks, which would be very, very cool. And that would actually work in very nicely. Beam attacks as well of +2 would also be very good. Like if we have another look at this one, our beam attack is already 6, missile attack is 9. So a missile attack is by far the better one. By getting the missile attack up to another +2, yeah, that's not bad at all. Reinforced hull. It keeps our survivability way up, but I like this one here. Let's go and upgrade. And so that's going to give me even more attack now. So missile attack of now 11, which is good. This is our original ship, and this ultimately becomes quite a powerful ship. Yeah, we're not seeing much. I think we're going to be able to get this, because I haven't seen anything really floating around in here. I'll put this one just back to exploration mode. It'll just start to look around. Oh, hang on, what was that? There was something else there, another ship. Not sure what the ship was. Looked like it may have been a supply ship. I don't think it was a constructor. It's the constructors I'm sort of concerned about. I don't want them getting into here. The demo day. So through the thorough analysis of the artifact, your research team has unearthed an astonishing discovery. It's a reservoir of colossal energy. The scientists in your crew are confident that they can channel this raw power to propel your civilization forward. Yet a dissenting perspective suggests that this energy could be utilized as a cosmic key. So we can harvest this one here, we get +1 Durantium, store this one in, and we get a distant vision. Using a precursor, we can peer into the distant part of space, revealing the area of the map. Oh, I think I'll go with the Durantium. Maybe. I mean, we sort of have that anyway. It would be handy to sort of see areas like into the, we've got big, vast unknowns. Maybe I'll go that way, and then we'll just go and make use of it straight away. Distant vision. It's a big area. So like an area over here, for example, or in here, where we really haven't had a good look at anything, even up against the edge. There we are, seeing a, this is the Zoloxy fleet. There's some, there's a pirate base in there as well. Yep, so it's didn't show us much, but that's okay. At least we don't have to explore that anymore. Prospector, this one needs to heal up. What I might do is I might move it across. And then next turn we'll just see if we can do damage to this and then sort of take it out. Scratch Cop was saying 2 harmony crystals on a planet. Yes, that's why I decided I will actually settle it as a core planet. Now, this is the Watcher. So we wanted to bring this one away from the others. It's a Corvette. That's that special Corvette that we did pick up. Bring that one down that way. I really just want this one to keep on looking for things. I'll move it down into this area just because we haven't sort of spotted that one there yet, and then we'll go after other things. Improved life support is now done. That does give me ship range of +4 and logistics of +8. Choose new tech. So we've got the cartography, which will give me an extra move, 2 modules, perimeter scanners. We've got Xeno Hospitality, so we end up with the Minister of Tourism position, and we end up with trade networks, which would actually be good for us, and Xeno Factories as well. So leads to space elevators. I think I'll grab those factories because that's sort of like a fairly early tech that we haven't picked up yet. And then we've got, this is Alcab 1, which is going to be one of our production worlds. And again, making a housing location there is going to boost everything else around it. Might just do that. All right, so we do have the missile attack. Didn't do anything to it. What about the beam attack? Oh no, we can't do it. I'll just do another quick save, and I'm not exactly sure how we're going to go with this, so I'll just do a save scum to see if the if that would then work. We can't cancel. Actually, we can cancel. Yeah, we can. Okay. So we can check it out. That's good. So I'll go in and attack. So again, missile attacks going in. They're down to 43 already, 42. We're still at 69. They're down to 36. 24, which is good. It's interesting when you're sort of playing the game, you can end up with a point where you think you're doing incredibly well because of like armor or shielding, and then all of a sudden things can really flip on its head. But in this case, we shouldn't really have too much trouble. There we go. It's been destroyed. So we did take 4 damage, that was all. It's done. So that's a pirate ship out of the way. Let's now just go back to auto survey. So that little bomber that had spawned from that location. This is the dreadnought. We're going to move out now towards this location. If we can get up to now 24 logistics, which means that I can start to, I can put this Corvette onto this one here. So we now have some extra spot with the fleet logistics. All right, the Independence Survey Report. So this is a precursor technology amongst the records, although little is usable. One exception is a set of powerful armor lining. So we can integrate the armor lining with the ship, or Gigamass is rare. Plus 25% armor rating for the Independence. Where is that ship? This is a fairly weak ship, I think. Armor of 1. It'll give me a little bit of extra armor. Yeah, I think we'll get the Gigamass in that instance. All right, in this case we'll do a beam attack on this guy. And this one here is down to 1. This one shouldn't really be a problem to destroy the asp. I've got 6 moves. This one here moves at higher range. I'll watch the battle here as well. So just sort of go and attack this one. Hitting it with the beam attacks. There's the kinetics. It's got high evasion. There we go. Done. Having the armor and shielding certainly helps a lot. That one can still move. To stop them from spawning things. That probe is still idling. I'll just get it to explore. Actually, no, we were coming back to see what this one was. It is a constructor. Right. Well, that changes things a little bit for us. They may be going for this one here. Look, they are, I think. They're heading out this way. Nothing we can do about that, I don't think. So in that case, yeah, the Durantium, we should have the Durantium. I'm happy enough with that. Durantium is going to be super useful to us. Just watch what it does. Oh, no, it's still moving across. It's got 4 moves. Our ship has got 5 moves. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I think we're still going to be ahead of it. By the time it moves there, I think it's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, no, we're going to be ahead of it. We'll be there before it. It's an important location for us. But yeah, so I think we're going to be just there. We'll just keep on sort of scouting things out a little bit while we're in this region, and just keep tabs on it. We do have the ability to move it fast if we needed to. This Corvette, I don't think we're going to be able to do much damage with this one. I've got 1. It's not going to do a lot though, to be honest. I'll just press space. Comes the Dreadnought. Xeno factories. Choose new tech. Cloaking devices. We don't need that. Planetary invasion. Invasion transports, we may need that one, and also precursor archaeology. Maybe we'll go this way. Although planetary invasion will then set us up with transports. I'll go that way. Just go and click on done. Yes, that's one of their flagships. I don't know if this one will. No, that's ours. That's one of our ships. Just went past these guys. They will come back again. It's down to still 99. So this will be this will get rid of the nest. This will just stop them from spawning. You can see that their actual combat rating is fairly low, whereas ours is nice and high, but we do need to get in close with the kinetic attack. So we'll watch the battle. So this will be the first time we look at the Dreadnought. So it's moving slowly in. It's got good armour, very, very good armour. Just now firing with the beams. It's once it gets into the kinetic attacks, it's going to then be able to do the damage. There it goes, the kinetics, and that will be the thing that will then kill this thing off. Yeah, there it goes. Being smashed apart. There we go. No damage at all. So the more we can use this to destroy things, the more it's going to then get upgrades. So at the moment it's 3 XP to the next level. So that will be good to then sort of find something very special for it. I don't think I really want to put this one in with it, because this will then become targeted, and at the moment it's just too powerful, the Dreadnought, to worry about that sort of thing. I think I'll just move it off to sort of just prepare the way. Idle shipyard. So this is back at the homeworld. Well, I'm thinking there's a few different things we can do. We've got asteroid miners. We could still get more of those. What's this one here? This is a siege ship. We don't need those just yet. More probes would be useful. Might throw a couple of probes out just to do the auto searching, because it's a big area that we've actually got. We actually have these haulers as well. This is a freighter which will. I think I'll throw that one into the mix now as well. Trade ship. I'll just get one of them to start with, and we'll see if we can actually get them to the homeworlds. We may need to do other things with those, but we'll see how we go. constructor eventually we'll end up going back and getting. Let's just click on done. We've got the, this is RCAB 1. So Daft Guy, the governor of RCAB 1, is so enamoured with your leadership that a statue of you has been erected on the world. Great. So we can end up with another +10 control. Actually, that should give us the, we should have the ability to look at the telescope again. We still haven't found the way out of this particular world. Yeah, the telescope takeover here. I think I forgot to do this one. Where can we go? Another nest. So that's another one that we're going to need to destroy. What else do we have? Emergency speed. We don't need to use it just yet. Precious scientist. We'll go and do that one now as well. So at 130 of this, we've got a lot of control. Actually, we do need to get small ships and put them on our planets. We do need to start to do that. That will be fairly important. So I might design up a ship fairly soon, actually, and we'll just start to get a few, maybe frigates and fighters and things sort of ready to go. The designing of of ships in the game, often you don't need to do them at all, but sometimes you do want to just tweak little things. So we'll have a look at that as well in this episode. A trade offer, so we give them subspace frequency systems, the exploration treaty, and improve life support. So share each other's sight in the fog of war. They won't do it. It's close though. Planetary invasion we're going to be getting anyway. That's acceptable as well. Yeah, they'll even agree just to exploration treaties. I'd like to see what they've got. Shoots of the sight in the fog of war. They're going to see a lot more, so I'm going to accept that treaty with them. Done. Okay, that's going to give us, ultimately, I'm assuming they're in a completely other sector. Somewhere completely different. Let's just see what actually happens there. So this is Prospector MO1. This is not our main one. So your ship has discovered a series of floating canisters. Their markings suggest that they are Arnol Spice. So we can actually use this one and get 2 Arnol Spice, or sell this spice for credits. We don't need the credits just yet, so let's just go and recover that. That will then just give us more trade resources back in through here. It's funny, the trade resources they should end up at the back end, not in the middle. This is the Dreadnought. And we want to start to take out all of these different other fleets and so on and so forth. Another constructor. Now they will get, if they don't get that, they're going to get this. So I can't get out to that one. I have a constructor coming there anyway to get this. And we don't really have a lot down this way. We've got another Illyrium on the end there that we sort of can see. Actually, I can grab those two. All right, I'll go to there. It's nice and secure. And to turn there. So reflect saying well, the game is installed. Okay, there we go. So thanks for another great stream, Daz, and have a good one. Thank you for that one. Supreme Flag saying you could also try and design a ship to see if any big stuff is unlocked. I don't think it is at this stage. We're just going to be really just getting planetary defense ships at this point in time, which is still fine. There's another pirate fleet. This one's just a frigate coming up against the Demiday, which is fairly powerful. It's one of our command ships. Might see what we have to get for the other command ships, actually. If we go back into commanders, this one requires interstellar cabinet tech. That one there requires the same. This one requires sovereign immunity, and then this one here is the sovereign immunity as well. So we've got two. These are battleships. These here are cruisers. So fairly big. Yeah, this would be good. Interstellar cabinet. Let's have a look and see where that actually is in the list. Would be under here. There it is. It's actually not that far away. So elite command draft. Okay, that's not terrible actually. That is not terrible. So this is the Watcher. I'm just getting it back to surveying. And we've got the probe here again as well. Look, I know that it's now coming after the this area. I'll just put it back to auto now, just to explore. Oh, there's two there. So there's actually, so one is heading off in one direction. There was attacks, okay, situation report. So from the Barachak Grove. Now they may be already an animal. Okay, that's going to be fine. I won't commit to anything with them, but they must be in here as well. So we've now found even more. What's this one? Oh, there we go. There's the sector. We're now seeing the Zoloxy space. So this other sector in here is the other binary system that we've got. So we can sort of see who's on the edge here. And so this is the Zoloxy systems, which is not too far away from our systems, to be honest. So we could ultimately sort of secure this area of space. And then, so that's a Zoloxy fleet in through there. So we're actually coming across the others here, I think. Yeah, this is the Manti cluster. Okay. All right, that's interesting. So that's going to be the. So this is again little more clusters that we're sort of seeing through this other side. So by sharing the vision with them, we've now picked up all of this area as well. So that's the. This is one of the big changes now that's come in the game, is just the clustering, and also the subspace transport between the clusters like this as well is sort of a fairly big one. And now that we've come across another one that's come out this way, I'm just sort of hopeful that this one will still be able to make it into position, and that this hasn't been taken. I'll be pretty pissed off if that's the case. I mean, technically it's in their sphere of influence, but anyway. So we've got this one here. I think has been attacked. Yeah, this one has been attacked. How much longer have we got here? Oh, it's idling. So we'll do a attack there. It's that one there's got 16. No, it's down to 7. Sorry, 7 there. We've got 18. There's 2 of them in there. 2 ships. Yeah, so it was 16. I'm going to cancel. I'm just going to do a quick save because I don't trust that that's going to actually work for us. Let's watch the battle and see what actually happens here. Yeah, so we're taking a bit of damage. We're at 18 at the moment. Oh, there we go. We've destroyed one of them already. down to 16, and that one's down. Yep, that's fine. That's another one there. I'll just do a quick battle here. This one's a nice easy one. So there was multiple fleets. The one that's now leveled up as well. So we'll go with the do the beam attack there with more Illyrium. This one, I'm liking what we have here with the hull. So I think I'll actually just go to the crew quarters and just get the hull up to another 20%. I could do this one as well, but that's 3 Gerantium, and I don't want to be doing that one through there. I think I'll just go to crew quarters and do the upgrade. So it just goes up to 32. This one here is the Al-Karab shipyard. And we do need to start to now pick up, these are the various military ships that we actually have, the combat classes. We might have a look at these as well. I hope that that's not too loud, the sound that we've got coming through. Hang on, I haven't even had it on. I've had it turned off. Sorry guys, this is the, that way at least you'll be able to hear. Whoops, that's too loud. Just bring it back to about there. So I've had the sound effects turned off the whole time. Anyway, we've got it on now. Not that it matters that much. Oh, okay, so Scratchcot saying, I just tested the hyperlanes. You have to manually order your ships to use them. Sorry, I missed that comment. So, because I've been trying to tell them to go to the other end of it, but they're not actually using it. So I'll have to experiment with that one as well. We'll do that one next and see what actually happens here. So with this particular ship, we can design a ship. So we can build a ship. We can edit doctrines as well. Any combat classes. So if I go into, for example, we've got different classes in through here. We've got a frigate. We've got 2 frigates in through this other side with different abilities. We've got a corvette, which essentially is also a small hull. A corvette is a frigate with a different, essentially with a different role. Then we've got the fighter classes, the bomber classes. So 2 fighters and bombers. Now I'm going to be mainly wanting to get fighter classes, and I just want basic ones. Some of them will actually cost. It's saying the Maguzu is actually what the military advisor is recommending that we go and get, which is just a tiny fighter class. And if we have a quick look at this one, if I just press Shift, it's got 1 shield, 30 evasion, which is good, 1 armor, and just 3 beam attacks. So I'm actually pretty happy with that without even designing it. I'm thinking that that's actually pretty good. If we have a quick look at the, what else have we got there? We've got modules down the bottom there as well if we needed to. But in this case, that one, the Maguzu, is actually not a bad one at all for us to go and grab. The other one, like this Enforce, what's that one got? This one is a special components is an iron cannon, which is going to be, it's going to cost me to use that one through there. So this one here is, it's got beam attack, kinetic attack, specialized defense, iron cannon. I don't really want to be using those sorts of ships, so that's not something that I'm going to be wanting. The Triton is a bomber, and this one is going to be mainly using missiles, I would guess. This one here has got the, it goes after the largest combatants. This one does use missiles. I think beam is sort of more general, so I'm going to use the Maguzu. I will actually just build a bunch of these ships. So we'll just get a whole range of them. Let's go and click on done. That's the last of the supply ships from there. I don't know where I want to actually use this one. Let's just go back to our planets. Housing, manufacturing, agriculture, Raskol. I might go to Raskol. Just send it off that way. Alright, then we've got, this is also the shipyard at this location. Now, we don't have a real lot of population at this world, so I think I'll still just go and get Maguzus here as well. Just get a couple. This will then just be ships that we can then just use to essentially just protect the planets in a basic sort of sense. There's our big dreadnought. So we'll come over and protect the prospector from this fleet. Okay, so we've heard rumours that the Galaxy have built the Eyes of the Universe Galactic Achievement. And so the Manti cluster is one of the other factions that we've now sort of get to see. I can assure you that we're probably maybe not a threat. We'll eventually be wanting to trade with them. Planetary invasion. We go now to a new tech. Xeno hospitality. This one here, getting more logistics at this stage I think would be good. Let's go that way. Done. This is our home world. Now we've got a few different buildings that we can now start to sort of pick up as well. We've got the coordination beacon. It gives us extra influence. No, we don't need that so much at this stage. The supply depot is going to reduce crime. Manufacturing goes up as well a little bit. So we get a +2 to manufacturing and around it. I'm sort of leaving the these housing type areas alone for now. We may come back. That's a supply depot. The surveillance centre. We'll get the crime down. Yeah, +1 population and military there actually is interesting. That would actually boost that one back. Not really going to, yes, it's going to reduce crime. Planetary Fleet Command. So this one is a military improvement. This is calling unique. So increases the fleet supply for your civilization, allowing us to command more ships. Not bad. There's fleet suppliers in here. We're not even close to it yet. This is new to the game, by the way. So I don't really need that one. It does give me the maintenance. It does cost a bit for that one, so I don't need that. Then we've just got our basic districts. The other ones we can't just get Iskazar's mainframe because we need hypersilicates. We need 3 of those. It's going to give us base effect is 25% research. We've got the Beacon of Babylon. Now we are mining harmony crystals, so we will eventually get the harmony crystals. We don't have enough yet. That's going to cost a fair bit. That's going to really change the influence, which is not bad. Then we've got the Kimberley's Refuge. This one requires Monsantium, which we haven't come across yet. So it's going to add more food. And then we've got the Giga Obelisk. So one of a kind research centre must be just built on volcanic terrain. And I don't think I've seen volcanic terrain. We may have it. Yeah, just built on a volcano. That would be pretty cool. Let's just go to each of the planets and just see if there's any others. There's volcanic there. And that is on Money World. There we go. So we can actually build the Giga Obelisk there. So the base effect is research goes up by 33%. We end up with +5 research, but pollution also goes up by quite a bit. That one there doesn't have any. Tech World doesn't have this. This is where I'd like to have it. So we've only got the one. And Raxol has got it. Oh no, it's only a lava flow. It's not technically volcanic. These silicates are, I think, under volcanic. I should actually build that as well. I might just queue that up. I'll put that one before the food. Yeah, so we don't actually have the ability to do this Giga Obelisk. So we can't actually sort of add that one in there. So we've only got the one planet that can actually make use of it. Actually, Ruined Ring World? No, that doesn't have it either. So it's only that one. That's the one spot we can make it. Well, I think I'll do it. We do actually have some research on the world. Yeah, let's throw that in there. So we'll just go and place that one on that particular world. Yeah, pollution's at 12. It's going to go up a lot with that, but that's okay. We can sort of figure that one out. All right, so that's actually all okay. Actually, we did need to build in here as well. So the actual buildings, I'm not going to worry too much about these just yet. There's no real benefit with those. The population's pretty happy. Everything's doing pretty well over here, to be honest. Manufacturing could certainly go up a bit. I think I'll throw a manufacturing location there. I can even just get more of it down out through this other side as well. Just get more and more manufacturing. Then we can sort of start to make different things with those areas. I also used to make the mistake of trying to build too many buildings, like thinking that that was really what the game was about. But it's really more about the districts. The districts are so important. The buildings are important in strategic locations, but the overall, it's really is these other ones. Now, the precursor archive. Actually, it's going to take a bit of time to do that one, but I can then queue up the charge for that for when we get something really, really big. So I'll go that way and do that one as well. All right, so then we've got an event coming back in through here. So we've got the fractured singularity, secure the artifact for research. So what's that one going to give us? Compressed anomaly that grants staggering offensive might at the risk of distorting space around its users. So +3 weapon attack, -1 moves, or harvest for the energy. I might do the harvesting. I just don't know if that's going to. Yeah, I think I'll grab this. Just get the precursor nanites and things like that as well. We've got a fair few of them now. Okay, the independents. So the strange readings have detected in this area appear to be the residual effects of a dimensional rift, one capable of drawing ships through from other universes. As to prove our theory, a strange golden ship wobbles out of it and hails us. After a brief, somewhat unpleasant conversation, it becomes clear these creatures are called Taiwan, and they are fleeing some horror of their own in their own realm. They would like very much to use. They're very much like our protection, and no, that's wrong. Not protection, friendship. So this one here, we end up with gain 2 Taiwan citizens on Rascal 1. These are Taiwans are from is it Planetary Supremacy? Is that the game? I forget which game it is, or Supreme Commander or something like that. We'll have new friends. We get a free Taiwan leader and -3 approval to all units for 50 months. That's too long. Our people will hate them, send them back through the rift. So collectivism increases to 1, and we get +3% approval to all units for 50 months. The fact that getting 2 Taiwan citizens, I think, is fine. Let's just go that way. So they're going to be placed on that very unpleasant world. So there they are there. They're not all that good. So one's a scientist. But he's got... yeah, aren't very smart. So he's only got 2 intelligence, but he's a scientist. That'll be okay. Next turn. Then we've got the probe coming out that way. This one now is going to go in and do the attack, so we'll see how we go. So we're going to destroy this whole thing now. Watch the battle. So there's going to be one big one, this one here. And we'll just click both those on. So we're actually going after that one immediately. It's looking pretty good there. Yeah, that one's going to be destroyed, and then we'll just have the asps. Actually, we've got these as well. These are Crovenosaur. There we go. Destroyed the whole lot, and we've just got the asps now to destroy with the kinetic weapons. So we've taken a bit of damage, but not a hell of a lot. So we did take 23 damage, but we did destroy the whole fleet, and that's good. And we've just picked up a lot in through there. So we're now at the next XP. Actually, I can't use the upgrade of the ship, but we are just getting more and more levels, which is good. So the level bonus hit points go up by another 50%. So we've just got heaps of hit points here. Now we did actually find another one, didn't we, over here? Now that's outside of our movement range, but we will actually have a constructor in here next. So let's move. Actually, do we want to move that one out that way? Or is there threats out in through here that we want to look at? It may be that we have other threats. That's the subspace area. We do need to get out to that. So it could be that we actually go and grab this Durantium when we get another constructor. And that will then open up so we can actually then sort of secure this level here. Not seeing any other real big threats. We do actually have the pirates, which were over this way. But I think I'll get rid of this nest first. Just while we're here. Okay, supply ship from Tech World. Might as well just keep on pumping these areas and just developing Tech World right up. We've gone backwards a little bit with our research for some reason. Not sure why. That probe, just send it off to auto explore. Actually, I will have to try that. I'll use the next one to go through here, see if I can figure it out. See if we can make use of that. One more turn and we're there. Hopefully we get there before them. Disputed territory. Our territory contains a disputed region rich in resources. Unfortunately, a rival political faction on our world is also claiming it as their own. We're open to negotiation, but we need your support. If you back our claim, we will share the resources with you. We get some more Arnor spice. Or... yeah, let's go that way. We'll just go for whatever we can pick up. Now they're wanting us to give, they're going to give us open exotic world colonization, which this is not worth it, all the stuff that they want from us. So no, that's going to be rejected. Let's go and click on done. Goodbye. The last Arnorian beacon. So our flagship has discovered a drifting Arnorian capsule. Inside we found an ancient beacon. Yep, so this one here. Gain a large research boost from this advanced precursor device. We'll dismantle it. And again, we've got lots of money. So I'll grab that one. It's going to give us a big boost to our research. We get the Starbase Defense Grid. Choose new tech. We'll go with the speed, I think. We've got space elevators as well. This is good. We'll go that way. Now we've got to make sure that we get this. We can't see what's there just yet. There we go. So this is a constructor with, there's two of them on this side. We've got 2 antimatter, so that's ideal. It's a dreadnought. And the constructor there, we can pick up the 2 there. I want to get another one back over this way as well. Mining starbase. So there is an upkeep for this. We've got space elevators here as well. Choose new tech. Now this one does lead to the interstellar cabinet. This is the one that we wanted to get, so we'll go and grab that one. Orbital treasure drills. That wouldn't be bad as well. But anyway, let's just go with this elite command draft. Just click on done. And we will put mining drones on this one here. Done. Alright, so we pick up a little bit more. So I can always go and sell, like even if we're going backwards here with the money, we should be able to. We can change our taxes if we needed to. We're at around about 20% tax. The expenses are going up because we're picking up more and more of these star bases and things. Anyway, that's sort of what we have to do. We'll figure it out. Okay, Scratchcott saying, when do you think early wars are good? If you're strong enough, basically. I mean, now would be a good one for us because we've got the Dreadnought. We'd be able to absolutely smash space, but you also want to be taking over specific, like strategic areas. And at this stage, like even with those space frogs, which are going to become aggressive, we don't really have anything we have to do with that one just yet. So I won't read all of that. What do we need to do? So this one here, we get pacifism increased to 5. We get plus 10% research for 50 months, or gather the technology. Progressivism. I think I might still go progressivism. Just go that way. There we go. We do get it. We do get it before they do. So we just there, just before that other one of theirs arrived. And this is then going to give us. It's going to extend our range into this region, which will then sort of put us in contact. Like that one is then given us for the range into there. I could go on the other side. I've still got one more move. I'm just gonna do a quick save just in case they've got another one. I can grab it now, but if I can grab it from this other side, it's then going to push my borders in a little bit further, and that may be important. This one here, just go and grab that antimatter. So we're going at -9 at the moment. Mining starbase. Constructed goes to -10, so it just costs us a little bit. And we're picking up research boosts whenever we do this one now. Let's click on done. So research, energy deflection. This is the basic shields. We've got spectacles, and we have fleet resupply. Logistics goes up. So resupply doctrine. That's actually not bad. I mean, the whole thing with the logistics and the fleet supply cap. Integrity cloud, logistics array. That one does give us the entertainer, which we don't need just yet. That's pretty basic. I think I might go this way, and then we'll come back for energy deflection as well at some other point. Okay, we've got another slot here. We've got a heap more in here. Tax exemptions. So, yeah, loyalty goes up. Starship specifications. Manufacturing goes down, but hit points go up. That's actually not a bad one. Shipyard stimulus. Income goes down. Military goes up. That allows us to build more ships. We're sort of almost at that point now. Prototype. This one's always good. Nothing is more important than the lives. Yes, this one's shield strength goes up, armor goes up, and evasion goes up. So I might just grab that one. We've got other things we can do there as well. Conscription. Yep, no, that's the I think the one. This prototype defenses. We'll just allow that one just to stay there. Okay, so we do actually have now 5 moves. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's still working with both of them, and then that will give me a bit of a boost along into the other territory. So we'll go and add another starbase there. This will then get us to -11. Another mining starbase. And mining drones. And I might just pop in a starbase defense system as well. We've still got 3 modules. We can always get more. In fact, we might just do that one now. If we just go back to this one here, we've got the cooldown 18. One more month and we can get more modules. So we'll just wait for that one more month. So that's now going to extend our range for most ships. Grab this prospector. We're almost at the ability to be able to now take this one out. If we go and ultimately take this location as well, and we make this what we fight the wars over, we'll be able to start to starve them out. And so if we sort of try to keep them where they can't expand too deeply, that should sort of work in our favour. We will ultimately need to be trying to figure out how to use this. I do need to go and figure this one out. Where's our next, there it is. So if we go to the probe, just bring it over. And just see if I can make use of it. I mean, last time I tried this, it didn't actually engage. We'll see how it goes. All right, so the Kegmaster is he's wanting us to give him subspace streaming. And we get exotic world colonization and some credits. I'll accept that. Done. Haven't been too aggressive just yet. And so, drifting amid the wreckage of an ancient battlefield, our fleet has discovered the fractured but still humming Norian battle shield. So we can reconstruct the relic, which will give us this one here. What will that one do? Legendary shield from the Arnor. So we get +5 shielding, +3 armor. Yeah, legendary shield. Rumored to boost the defensive capabilities of any fleet. So it looks like it's a one-use type thing. Extract the nanites or trade the relic. I think I'll I don't think I want this, to be honest. There may become one battle that we need it, but I'll forget that I've got it. I'll just extract the nanites. Now that's the revenge. So we've got to heal up a bit here. I can now healing up is. I'm just trying to think. Repair. Gain a repair boost speed and notify it when it's back to full strength. This one, I think we repair faster inside our territory. I think that's the way it works. I don't think we have to go anywhere else. I forget what the rates actually are with this. Just see if anyone in the comments sort of knows what that might actually be. Like, is it worth going back out now before we destroy this? I think it might be, I think I might just go back this way. And we will repair. So 285 is what we are at the moment. Yeah, we're not seeing much. Enforce. Just check out these areas that haven't been scouted yet. Okay, so we've got the this one here is another issue. I might get more of the more constructors. Where is this one? This is Money World. No, Money World, we don't have the population for that. What should we do? Maybe another asteroid miner. I know that there's asteroids that we want to be getting. I'll just grab a couple of those. It's another supply ship. Oh, hang on, the Giga Obelisk. That's what I should be building there. So we'll start to sort of pick up that one. Actually, Rex Skull does require a shipyard queued up as well. And then these are going to, anyone that doesn't have a little shield on it is going to need to have some of these. Actually, probably not that one so much. TechWorld doesn't have one. Just need to get protection on those worlds. Okay, so we've got the Prospector Survey Report. So this is ship has stumbled across a peculiar artifact. So this is actually a monster that we can actually let go inside someone's territory. So to check the artifact for its advanced technology, advancing our own scientific knowledge. I'll take the monster that's then just going to appear in here. So Dimensional Snare. Spawn a minor space monster. It's not going to matter that much. You could even just use it for the Dreadnought to level up. So the probe. So can we get through this one? See, it doesn't. I'm right clicking and it doesn't do anything. Although there's a no, that's not it either. Report pass. Go to standby. Sentry explore. Doesn't let me do it. So when it's there, I'm not sure how to use this. Sentry, standby, I'll go to. That's not going to be it either. Yeah, I'm not sure. I'm not sure how to use the these dimensional corridors. Well, that's a bit annoying. So we've got it's got 7 natively. The base speed is plus 50%. Now it'll be plus 300% if that does kick in, but it's just not allowing us to do it. You see how it's got the Stargate. How do we make use of that? There's nothing there. I'm not sure what to do with that, to be honest. Yeah, I'm not sure at all. Sorry, guys. Yeah, I'm just looking at the comments, seeing if any of you guys know what to do, if you've actually sort of used them before. I've tried now. This is the second time I've tried to actually make use of it. I'll just allow that one to just sit there for a second. So we start the next turn. Yeah, we're not on even on it. We're not actually getting any benefit from it. Right click, just doesn't do it. Just does not do it. So if I go out to here, it's not going to do it either. All it's going to do is move up, but it's not. Is that moving at that same rate? 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. Oh, maybe. Yeah, it did. It did do it. It's funny, it didn't actually show us that it was doing it. Oh, okay, so it does move quickly through there. So if you're on it, I wonder if that's all it is, just being actually on the would have thought it would have given us some sort of status though. Just see what it does do. So that should be ultimately out there fairly readily. Got a pirate fleet moving in towards this this starbase. Money World, Planet Report. Many of the citizens of Money World live in homes a little more than storage containers. Okay, so what should we do? Gain 2 free slum improvements, so totalitarian increases, but approval goes down, or they prioritise improved housing. So we'll just do that one there. We do want to get Money World as happy as possible. Okay, that one there is not really doing a hell of a lot. So they're moving up and out. Alright, so we've now found these ones, the Baratak Grove. I think we saw these before. So we get a heap, we give them planetary invasion. And we get heaps of stuff. Yeah, well actually, that is definitely worth doing. Except that's a strange thing that they just gave us then. Not sure why planetary invasion was so valuable to them, but anyway, that's fine for us because they're way over in here somewhere. But we don't need to worry about them. But we will close off this gate as well fairly soon. Now the Eclipse. Integrate this into our Starship Colony department. So we have the Ancient Food Replicator is going to give us +5 ship range. Extract from Promethean, which is not really all that important. I'll just go that way there. The ship range. That's I might give that across to the Dreadnought. Slowly, it's not really building up at any great speed, is it? I know that there's a way to make this one build faster, and I thought it was just being inside your territory. It may not be that. It may be that you've got to be on a planet or something, but anyway, it's I'll just let it keep on going. It is building back up slowly. Independent survey reports. So our flagship has discovered an artifact suspected to be of Dreadlord origin. Secure the weapon. So this is the Bellatron Collider. So if we do this one, we end up with 150. What does this one do? It's potential to damage enemy fleet. So I'll leave that one again in the artifacts. We'll go from there. So we still haven't really had to push hard here yet. This one is that going beyond? Yeah, it is going beyond the limits. So that's moving very quickly up. So it's got there in 2 turns. That's actually not too bad. If I just go and grab that one. So now we've found the Altarians. You're a little spooky. Yeah, that's okay. We have a lot of... they've only got energy weapons theory. We've got a lot more than what they've got in here, which is interesting to sort of see this. Present your proposal. I'll just click on done. We don't need to do anything else there at this stage. I'm not sure where they're from. I don't know if I've picked 3 sectors or 2 sectors. I think it was only 2. That's antimatter. This looks like the Altarians in there across that side. So we've been able to grow fairly strongly. If we can take these guys out, yeah. So they do actually have this location now. This antimatter is under their control, and that may be something ultimately that we go to war with. Might see if I can get off this, get off the ride. Yeah, we can. Just see what else we can find in the region of space across to here. Idle shipyard. So this is at our capital, at our homeworld. I think it's wanting us to now get this fighter here, which it's got kinetic attacks, and I'm not really interested in that. I'm thinking the Magozu is really the one that we want to go and keep on getting more of these. Just get a bunch of them. And this one has given us the freighter. And the freighter I can now start to send off into different locations. Yeah, I wanted to see if I did have the range to get across to there. And I don't have the range out to get it out to here yet, so I do need to extend these a little bit. But we can send them in. We've got a ruined ring world in there as well. Core world, that's a core world as well. Let's just go and start to work that one. And it has decided to get onto that hyperlane. That's interesting. So it does know to pick that. That's good, actually, to see that. Saying, what's your take on the kind of long isolation time in Civ 4's early game compared to Distant Worlds 2? Depending on the setting, it can take a really long time to interact trade war-wise with other civs due to distances. Yeah, it's for me, it's actually something I'm always mindful of when I'm streaming, because I'm not even into any fighting yet, and I would have liked to have been by now, to be honest, because I've got to start winding up. Like I'm pretty much running out of time for this one as well. And I was hoping we'd actually have some fairly meaningful interactions by this stage. And it's just our isolation in the game has actually meant that we haven't had that. And it does natively tend to do that anyway, the actual game. So I will be continuing to play this one, at least once a week. For a fair few weeks, and so we will get there. But you are right; there is actually a delay with that, where it does take a bit of time to for that to sort of show up. Which is not great, I guess. In sense of the pacing. I know that they've done other things to try to sort of look at that in other times, but I think with the clusters, it makes that even worse. But it's ultimately going to make, when we do get into the actual action, it's going to make the action quite interesting. So it's just a matter of waiting until you get to that point, unfortunately. So we do have a bit of a wait with trying to get that one to sort of, to do its thing. But we'll get there eventually. Demon Day, so this one here is a planetary defense module. Okay, we can sell it for 400. I'll keep that one as well. And we'll let that one go. And I will just play, this will be the last turn, I think, and then I'll have to get going. But I do want to sort of essentially take over the frogs, I think would be the what we'd be wanting to do here. I mean, we're going to start trading with them. I think I'll start to try to trade through here, ultimately. Still pirate ships floating around down this way. We're going to have to sort of, wherever they are, we're going to have to clean them out as well. Idle ships, okay, what's the idle ship? The Enforce, which is over here somewhere. Alright, we've heard rumours of the anti-cluster have built the Giga. Oh, damn it. So they've got that one before us. Done. That means we're not going to be able to do that one. The Fleet Resupply Doctrine. Got that one now. And this one gives us better shielding. I'll go with the beam at this stage. But I will keep it there. Now, the Gigamass was going to be built on Rascal, wasn't it? No, it wasn't Rascal. Damn it, yeah. So we've got this one here, Money World. It's going to need to we're going to need to rethink that one. But I will leave it here, guys. So thanks for watching. And so Chris is saying choosing the hyperlane was automatic was good and clever. Yeah, it's good. It is good that the AI is looking for those sorts of opportunities, I guess, which is great. Yeah, Rogue's 73 is saying, yes, star hyperlanes are really easy to use. You just hop on the lane at any point. You receive a large boost to your fleet's move supply. So yeah, so it's a highway that you don't have to get on at the start or end, unlike the other ones. It's which is good, actually. It is good. Anyway, guys, got to leave it there. So thanks for watching, and I'll be back again. I've got a few other sort of streams through the week. I've forgotten what I'm actually doing, to be honest. Anyway, I'll catch you guys during the week. Thanks for watching.